Excuse me, is anybody there? Is this Robbie's wife's phone number?
Huh? Robbie?
Are you Melissa? I was wondering if you could help me out. I really want you to hurry up and divorce Robbie. I'm tired of waiting.
What are you talking about? I don't even know who you are.
I'm Robbie's girlfriend, soon to be bride. As soon as you hurry up and divorce him, we can't get married yet because you're still in the way. Robbie says that we can't get married yet because he's stuck with an old woman like you, even though he's always saying that he's already sick and tired of you because you're so old. He really loves me, so I think we deserve to be together, but because of you, we can't. Don't you feel even a little sorry for getting in our way? If you do, then I'd be really, really grateful if you would just disappear. And to be honest, I pity you for having to stay with a husband that doesn't even love you anymore. So it's really for your own sake, too. It'll be better for you and for us if you just get the divorce over and done with. Trust me.
That's a rude way to introduce yourself. By Robbie, do you mean my husband Robert? He hates being called by a nickname.
Yeah, but he loves it when I call him Robbie. It just shows you how differently he feels about me. Anyway, I need you to hurry up and divorce him. I want to marry Robbie as soon as possible so that I can live in your beautiful mansion. I can't live there unless I'm married to Robbie, and I can't marry him until you divorce him. So, would you get out of my way already? I've been waiting for months for Robbie to ask you for a divorce, and he's been telling me that he's been looking for the right timing, but I'm already sick of waiting. I want to live in that house as soon as possible, so can you make things easier for all of us and just leave? Pretty please?
Can you tell me what your name is first?
My name is Amelia. It would be great to get to know you, but unfortunately, I'm not interested. I'm only interested in your house and your husband. Why do you need to know my name?
Listen, Amelia, can we talk first? I get the feeling from the way you talk that you're pretty young. Can I ask how old you are?
Oh, I know, because I am young. Much, much younger than you. But don't worry, I'm not a minor. I've just turned 20 this year.
What? You're 20 years old?
I'm young, right? You must be so jealous. Don't you think it would be amazing if I could live in a house as great as yours at this age? I wouldn't have to think about paying any loans or stuff like that. Plus, Robbie's gonna be the next CEO at his company, right? I'll never have to work a day in my life. He'll take care of me and we'll live happily ever after. I'll be living the dream like a celebrity once I marry Robbie.
Do you even know how old Robbie is? Are you sure you want to spend the rest of your life with a man that could be your father?
Of course I know how old he is. He's 43, right? He's a little older, but that's no problem. I'm going to be able to live easy for the rest of my life. It's so worth it. I want to brag to all my friends about it, so could you chop with the divorce?
Oh, it's just one shock after another. Oh, I can't believe he was actually cheating on me. But it's hilarious that you assume that it's gonna go that well.
What are you talking about? What's so hilarious?
Don't worry. You'll find out later. But I'm warning you. You're going to regret marrying him. I feel bad for you. You've been tricked by a man twice your age. You're still so young. I'm sure you could find someone much better for you, you know? Trust me, it might be better for you to give up on Robbie before it's too late. Before you end up biting off more than you can chew.
Thank you, but I'm really mature for my age, so I think I can handle your husband pretty well. And I know what I want. I want to hurry up and get married so that I don't have to work. You get me on that point, right? That's the main reason why anyone gets married, really.
No. I think there are a lot of other more important reasons. Like love? But why should I care about why you want to marry Robbie? More importantly, you should think this through a bit more carefully. This is your life we're talking about. How about your parents? What do they think about this? Have you told them that you're planning on marrying a man that you've been having an affair with? Oh my god! You are so much more annoying than Robbie told me! Just because you're older than me doesn't mean you can treat me like a child, you know? Who cares about what my parents think? This is my life. I'll do whatever I want and get whatever I want, no matter what it takes. So I'm telling you nicely. Will you please get out of my future husband's house, you boring old woman? It's simple, really. You just have to get some divorce papers and sign on the dotted line. So, would you hurry it up, or do you need someone to help you down the stairs? All right, I'll think about the divorce. After finding out that he's been cheating on me and saying all these things behind my back, I don't feel like I can live with him anymore anyway. But in order to get the divorce over and done with quickly, I'll need your cooperation for some things. If you really want to marry him as soon as possible, I suggest you help me out. What? It sounds like a pain, but fine. What do you want me to do? Can you send me all the things I list in the message below? Did you forget that it's my birthday today? I asked you this morning if you could come home earlier, and you said you would, remember? Where are you? I told you that I had some things I wanted to tell you over dinner. I get that you had to work overtime a lot these last few months, but can't you at least make it home for my birthday?
No, it was your birthday? I completely forgot. To be honest, I don't even care anymore. I don't have anything to say to you. But I do have a surprise for you. It's a present for your 45th birthday.
What? Really? I told you you didn't have to get me anything. I thought I made it clear that I didn't want anything from you.
That's really no problem. It didn't cost me anything. You'll really be surprised when you hear what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing your reaction. For your birthday, I'm going to be giving you back your maiden name.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've already filed the divorce papers and we're officially divorced. In other words, your present is your maiden name. Now, this may be really sudden, but I'm planning on getting remarried to this girl that I've fallen in love with. She's much younger and prettier than you, so I'm going to be a very happy man. I don't need you anymore, so I'm changing you out for a newer model. Which means that you'll have to leave my house. You're in the way of me and my new wife's happy life, so get out.
Seriously? You've already given in the divorce papers on my birthday? I have to praise you for how bold you are. I can't believe you'd actually file the papers without telling me.
What's so hard to believe? You can't think that you actually stand any chance of winning against a younger, better-looking girl. Of course I'd want to leave you after you got this old. I can't even see you as a woman anymore. You look nothing like you used to. Now you're 45 years old. You don't even count as a woman. You don't have any right to call yourself a woman anymore. Women are only women if they're young and beautiful.
Did you know? Humans all age. There is no such thing as eternal youth. People can try and avoid looking older for as long as possible using all sorts of makeup and things nowadays, but you have to embrace the age you've become. I hear that the woman you're planning to marry is still 20, but in 20 years, she'll be 42. She's going to age as well, and I don't even know what she looks like now, but she's not going to look the same, that's for sure. Do you understand that? What are you going to do then? Find another woman that's half your age? But I wonder if any woman that young with any self-respect will want a 60-year-old grandpa that thinks like you do.
Huh? Why do you know how old she is? How do you know about her? This is the first time I've mentioned her to you.
Do you realize you're currently 43 years old? You're already an old man yourself. Aren't you embarrassed to have laid hands on a girl that could be your daughter and tricked her into marrying you?
I haven't tricked her into anything. We're in love. And age doesn't matter when it comes to love. But it was clearly a mistake for me having to marry an older woman like you. Over the years, you've lost all the youth and beauty that you used to have. Such a shame. I used to think that older women were great, but looking back, I was an idiot. There's nothing good about them at all. No matter how you look at it, younger women are much, much better. In every single way.
You're going to regret this if you think that choosing women based on their age and looks is a good idea. If you choose someone for their looks, you'll find out soon enough that they've only chosen you for something equally superficial as well. But it's not like that matters to me at all. It's got nothing to do with me anymore. You'll have to learn your lesson the hard way. I was shocked to hear that you'd filed the divorce papers without telling me, but I guess it doesn't make any difference when and how they're filed. It's not like I wanted us to stay together anyway. But now that it's been made final, you can't come begging me for help when something happens. You'll have to deal with everything by yourself.
Why would I have any problems? I'm going to marry a woman that's 20 years old. Things are going to be much better from now on. I can't take living with an old woman like you anymore. Would you hurry up and just get out? You can go live in a care home for the elderly or something.
You're kicking me out? Really? You can look down on me all you want, but I'm warning you. Things aren't going to work out the way you're expecting them to. Haven't you realized that you're misunderstood about something very important?
What are you talking about? I'm not misunderstood about anything. We're divorced, so I'm taking my home for me and my new wife. If you're at home, then you should just hurry up and get all your things before I get home, or I'll have to throw it all in the trash. Are you trying to buy our time so you can convince me to take you back? Because I'm afraid that is not happening. I'm looking forward to my new life. There's no way I'd want someone like you. You're just gonna embarrass yourself if you start begging, so I guess that you should just give up and accept reality. You lost, now get out!
You're the one that's embarrassing himself. Do you know who this house belongs to? I'm surprised you didn't think about that before you promised your girlfriend that you'd be living here together.
Alright, I understand that this is all really sudden for you, and you're having a hard time accepting that this is happening. You don't want to let go of me because you still love me, but there's no point in trying to get me back. I've already thought all of this through. Personally, I think I'm a genius for coming up with this plan. With the snap of my fingers, you've become the divorced old woman that lost everything she had to a younger woman. And I'm going to be taking everything from you. I'll be living in a mansion with my new young wife, and before long I'll take over as CEO of my company. I have that life that everyone dreams of, but only a few can actually fulfill. Life really is strange, don't you think? To think that it can change so much in just a few hours.
Why are you getting all philosophical? You're not going to get any of that. If anyone's life is going to change for the worse, it's yours.
No, don't be like that, Melissa. I'm sorry that I turned your 45th birthday into the day that you got divorced, but it's really not my fault. That's just how life works. You have to understand anyone would choose a younger woman over a 45-year-old hag if they had the chance. So for the last time, will you please get out of my house?
Fine. If that's what you want, I wish you all the happiness with your new wife.
Finally, I was wondering when you'd give in and accept that you're just not good enough.
I'm glad you seem so delighted, but things aren't going to work out that easily. To be honest, I'm extremely happy that things have worked out in my favor.
I don't understand. Why are you so happy? How is any of this in your favor? You're not working and you don't have any savings of your own. How are you going to make it without me? You've lost everything. You should be a little more worried about what you're gonna do from now on. Or are you still just so shocked that you don't even know what to do? Not like it matters to me. I don't have to bother myself with an old woman like you anymore. I'm gonna go and live a happy life from now on with my beloved new wife.
Yes, I hope you are very happy together, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. Though, I wonder if she'll be happy to promise that.
Why do you have to say it like that? If you have something to say, then why don't you just come out and say it? There's no need to be sarcastic.
Well, I already asked you earlier, but let me ask you again. Do you know whose name this house is under?
What do you mean?
You seem really excited about being able to divorce me and spend your new marriage living in this house. But do you even know who this house belongs to? You don't, so let me make it easier for you to understand. This house is under my name. So, would you please hurry up and remove your things before I throw them out in the trash?
Hey, wait a minute, your house? What are you talking about? Are you delusional or something? There's no way it could be your house. You don't even have a job. How could you be the owner of this house? It's impossible. Don't you understand something as simple as that? You really must be desperate to do anything to keep a hold of the house since you don't even get work. Well, I've got bad news for you. It's not yours, so get out. Do you understand? Get out!
You can insult me all you like, but it's the truth. It's my house. You're not being serious, are you? I won't let you say that you didn't know that it wasn't my property. Don't you remember just how much you actually owe me and my family? You do know who bought this house, don't you?
Oh crap, I just remembered. It was your dad.
Exactly. You didn't even try to keep up with the monthly payments to my dad, making excuses about how things were tight with money, and I believed you too. But now I know about your girlfriend and all the things you were up to behind my back. I know now that was a lie too. You just weren't bothered to pay my dad back and had been practically living in this lovely house for free. This property was bought for us by my dad. In other words, we're only living here because my dad allowed us to stay in this house. He was kind enough to give you leeway and time to pay him back, but you literally cheated your way out of it. Well, since I'm his daughter, the contract states that the property is in my name, so it's my right to tell you to get out.
Yeah, that may be true, but you don't need this house, do you? Especially not a house this big. It's a waste for you to live here by yourself, and I doubt you'll find anyone who will want to marry an old woman like you, so you really will be living here by yourself until you die. You should give it to me, since I'll be living here with my new wife. We'll put it to good use. I have a right to it too. I've been living here for over 10 years. You should just give it to me.
No, I refuse to let you take my house from me. I'm keeping it.
Why won't you let me have it? I won't ask for anything else. You can think of it as a settlement, yeah.
Why should I have to give it up to you? I have no obligation to give you anything. You're the one that was cheating on me and filed the divorce papers without warning me. You're the one that owes me compensation and should be settling alimony payments. Trust me when I say that I will be taking this to court to make sure I get everything I deserve after all the years I've supported you. I am not at fault at all in this situation, so why should I give you my house after everything you've taken from me? You must be stupid if you think that you're owed anything. Go ahead and ask anyone you know if I'm the one that's being difficult. I'm pretty sure that they'll all agree with me that you're the one that should be handing over anything and everything you have.
So what, you're seriously going to kick me out of the house?
I'm certainly not going to let you live here with me anymore. That girlfriend of yours seemed to be more interested in the house and the lifestyle you were promising her rather than you yourself. So I'm looking forward to what will happen when she finds out that you won't be living here after you get married. But I imagine that you won't even have the chance to get your tux on before she runs away. The second you tell her that this house doesn't belong to you, she'll lose all interest and go hunting for her next prey. Too bad for you. I really do pity you.
What did you just say? There's no way that'll happen. In that case, I don't even need the house. Even if we can't live in this mansion, Amelia and I still love each other. We'll be happy no matter where we live. She loves me for who I am, not for what I can give her. Besides, I have money, so I can always just buy another house if that's what Amelia wants. I'll get her a better house, and have an interior designer set up the house exactly the way that she wants it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll make her happier than giving her a house that's already been lived in by an old woman like you.
Is that so? All right, do your best. I hope everything goes the way you imagine it will, though I highly doubt it.
I don't need you to cheer me on. I can easily make Amelia happy.
Really? Even if you don't have a job? Do you really think you can buy a house without a stable income?
What? What are you talking about? I already have a job. I don't have to worry about my salary.
Oh, you do right now. But I imagine that it'll be hard for a 43-year-old man to find a new job in a completely different profession to the one you've been working in up until now. I wonder if you really will be able to get enough income to buy something as expensive and high maintenance as a house. I think that's a bit worrying.
What are you on about? Why would I have to get a new job? I don't plan on resigning from my current position. I'm going to be the next CEO. Why would I resign and give up such a great chance to be at the top of my company?
It looks like you've conveniently forgotten that you got that job in the company thanks to me introducing you to my dad. He managed to get you a position because he owned the company. It wasn't because you passed the interview on your own merit, you know.
What? So what? Well, that doesn't mean that I'm going to lose the job I have now.
No, it means there's no reason to keep you on. You're going to get fired. So how do you plan on buying a house?
What are you talking about? Of course they can't fire me. They need me. They need someone to take over the business. Your dad's already retired and they don't have any other candidates. So I'm going to become the next CEO. Why would they risk running the business ashore just by getting rid of the person who's supposed to be in charge next?
You got this job thanks to your connections. Nothing will change that. Even after he retired, he got you that job. He can still remove you from that position. He was one of the founding members of the company, so he still has more than enough power and influence over the decisions made in the company. It'll be easy for him to get rid of an employee that will, if anything, be the cause of ruining the company's reputation if it's found out that you were having an affair. I've already notified him of everything, including the fact that you were cheating on me, and he's not pleased at all.
You didn't? You told him?
It looks like you're gonna get fired after all, so I suggest you refrain from doing anything irresponsible like buying a house when you don't have enough money to do so.
Stop messing around, Melissa. Am I really going to get fired? They can't actually do that, can they? What's going to happen to me? Your dad can't still have that much influence. It's already been years since he's retired, and the current board wouldn't get rid of me that easily. It was decided when I started working at that company that I would be employed to one day become the CEO when I was ready. They can't just take that away from me.
That was only because you were my husband and happened to have experience in this field of work. But even if you don't become CEO, my little brother's waiting in the wings to take over. And think about it. Why do you think you still haven't become the CEO after all these years of working for the company? It's because they haven't yet decided that you're ready to take over. I guess you got lazy once you thought that you would one day automatically become CEO and haven't been putting any effort into your work. As for me, I've been helping out with managing the real estate my dad's been purchasing, so I actually do have my own income. I've been doing what I can to help the family business in my own way. But you're the only one who hasn't been pulling his own weight, and you have the gall to think that this company needs you? Don't make me laugh. My brother's experience in this profession is much less than yours, but he's showing a lot more promise. I'm sure he'll make a great CEO.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that's going to become CEO, not your incompetent little brother. You seriously can't be telling me that I'm going to be kicked out of my own home and my company. Is this all your revenge because I filed the divorce papers without telling you? Because this is going too far. Did you forget that I've been taking care of you this entire time that we've been together? But this is how you repay me? Don't you understand the concept of separating on good terms? Because you've completely wrecked it.
I've been thinking about divorce since before you brought it up to me a few days ago. I know the reason why now, but I had been bothered by how distant you'd been these last few months. I had a feeling that we wouldn't last for any longer, and I wanted us to part as friends. That was until your girlfriend messaged me.
What? Amelia contacted you? When?
The evening you told me you wanted a divorce. It seems she hadn't heard from you that you had already given me the divorce papers and started insisting that I hurry up and let you go. Apparently, she had taken a look at your contacts and took my phone number down when you weren't looking. I had accepted internally that the divorce was because we had grown apart over the years, so I was shocked when I had found that you had been cheating on me, and with a 20-year-old. If I didn't know about Amelia, maybe I would have been much more willing to end this marriage on good terms. But not anymore. I'm going to take what I can from this divorce, because all you've done is take advantage of my dad and I, and then humiliated me by choosing some gold digger over me. There's no going back now.
What do you mean there's no going back?
I mean, you've already filed the divorce papers, so the battle has already begun. And thanks to Amelia's cooperation, I have proof of your affair.
What? You have proof? What did she send you?
Photographs of the two of you together. Definitive evidence of your relationship, which will come in handy when we go to court. She even sent me screenshots of your disgusting conversations online. I don't know if it's because she wanted to prove how much more you love her than you love me, but she sent me everything I asked her for. Strangely, it makes it difficult for me to actually hate her. I just pity how stupidly naive she is. That must be why it was so easy for you to deceive her into thinking that you could give her everything. It's a shame that she is going to waste her precious 20s with a piece of crap like you. She should run away as fast as she possibly can. I did warn her, but all she would talk about was the house and all the brand items she was going to get you to buy her. It was very obvious that the material wealth she'd gain was all she was thinking about.
You're lying. Amelia loves me. You're just jealous because I found true love. You don't even understand that what we have together is real.
Grow up, Robert. Take a good look at reality. She's only with you because she thinks that you're going to be living in this house and believes that you're going to be CEO. Anyway, I've already warned you, so what you do with that information is up to you. I'll give you your divorce, but I'm going to take what I can in compensation and alimony. I've already hired a lawyer and shown them the proof that I got from Amelia. They say it looks very promising and assure me that we'll have a winning chance in court. That's actually what I wanted to talk about today. But you still haven't come home, so it's fine. You don't have to come back.
Really? I didn't know that. I would have come home sooner if I knew that you wanted to talk about the divorce.
Well, I didn't expect you to file the divorce papers without telling me. But to be honest, it probably worked out better this way. If you had realized what would happen to the house and your job before you filed them, you probably would have made a fuss and refused to go through with it. You actually saved me a lot of trouble for once. Oh, before I forget, I should probably warn you that if you're thinking about getting a job in the same profession, it's not gonna work. You'll have to start over in a completely different field.
What? You're not even going to give me a chance to find another job?
Thanks to my dad, it'll be impossible for you to pass any interview at any business that has connection to my dad's company.
You can't be serious. You're already taking everything from me in the divorce, and now you're going to ruin my prospects of getting a job? I've been working in this profession for over 15 years, since before I married you. And I spent the last few years working in your dad's company because they needed me. What am I supposed to do from now on?
How should I know? Maybe you should have worked a little harder even after you were promised the position of CEO. And maybe if you weren't so irresponsible with your payments to my dad, and if you hadn't cheated on me, none of this would have ever happened. You're just going to have to start from square one and find a job in a completely different field. Good luck.
Good luck? Don't talk to me as though this has nothing to do with you. This is all your fault. You're the reason why my life is falling apart right now. You can change everything if you just tell my dad to give me my job back.
My fault? Do you really believe that? If you do, then it just shows that there's no hope for you. It's all your own responsibility. Even if I didn't find out about you cheating on me, your passive attitude towards work was reason enough for my dad to want you out of his company. But it is true that the affair was the final straw. My dad would have never let you get away with cheating on me. In the end, it was because you couldn't control your girlfriend and stop her from bragging to me. If you really wanted us to divorce on good terms, you should have kept her on a short leash. Or rather, you should have kept yourself on a short leash and not cheated on me in the first place, you dumbass. I don't don't even want to look at your face, so don't come back here. If you want your stuff, I'll have it all sent to your girlfriend's place. Don't ever show up here again. If you want something, go through my lawyer.
Wait, Melissa, please! Are you really being serious? You're just saying all this to scare me, right? I learned my lesson. I was wrong. It was completely my fault. I'll never do anything to betray you ever again, so please don't kick me out. I still love you after all. The thing I had with Amelia was just a fling. I mean, come on, I was never actually in love with her. Of course I'd never be able to love anyone other than you. Please.
I thought that you said you'd found true love. It's funny how quickly you changed your mind. But too bad. I'm not interested in getting back together just so you can take advantage of me and my dad again. I won't ask you to pay for the house. So please pay up in compensation. I hope you enjoy the rest of your life with your young, pretty little girlfriend. Though I doubt a girl like her will stick around for much longer if you're an old, homeless, and unemployed. After speaking to her father about her husband's affair, and informing him that Robert had forgotten about how he owed them for his job in his home, Melissa's father had Robert removed from his company, and made it known to his associates that he didn't recommend Robert for employment. That made it difficult for Robert to find any jobs in the same profession, and he had nowhere to turn after Melissa changed the locks on their front door. He would really have to start from square one in a field that he was unfamiliar with, and it would probably be a while before he would be earning enough to buy his own house, let alone a house that would please Amelia. Amelia herself was still living at her parents' house, so she was furious when all his stuff was sent to her address. When she found out that she wouldn't be able to move out of her parents and live in a mansion, her lovey-dovey attitude towards Robert changed by 180 degrees, and she began to call him a dirty old man and told him to never call her again. Just like Melissa had anticipated, Robert was thrown away by Amelia in a matter of days, and he really was left with nothing. It seems that the true love he was talking about wasn't so true after all. In the end, he couldn't find another job, and when he went to ask his parents for help, they refused to help him, telling him that he had humiliated them by behaving so selfishly. He couldn't even ask them if he could stay with them, and really did end up becoming homeless. Apparently he's in despair after losing his home, wife, girlfriend, and his job, but he's only got himself to blame, since none of this would have ever happened if he had treated his wife with the respect she was due. Everything that happened to him was pure karma, so let's hope that he can reflect on his actions and do better in the future.
Miss Jackie, why aren't you home yet? What are you going to do for dinner?
I'm still at work. I'm pretty sure I told you yesterday I'm going to be coming home late today.
So, what about my dinner? Hurry up and come home already.
John's going to be coming home early today. He'll be cooking for you. I think he should be home soon.
I see. John is cooking today. You know, I've always kept it to myself, but you should stop that kind of thing from happening.
Excuse me?
Making your husband cook dinner. You realize that he's not some kind of stay-at-home wife, right? You should hurry up and hurry home. That way you can make dinner for everyone.
I have to work too, though. I can't just leave work to cook. Besides, we've always both worked.
Our mom is really sick often too. So we're gonna need you to make up for her since she can't clean or cook. Is there really a point in you living with us if you don't do that?
I don't live here to be your live-in maid. Also, the only reason that I'm at work at all is because we wanted to make our main house a duplex and we needed funds. John took out a loan with his salary, so we're paying that back with his job. Most of the regular day-to-day expenses are covered by my income. I think we'd be in a tough place if I didn't work.
Of course. You need to work hard. You better work hard to pay for us. You're a stranger who married into the family, and we're letting you stay at our house. That's reason enough for you to be thankful for us.
Well, actually, John is paying for the house mortgage, so I don't think that expression is really appropriate or even applicable to the situation at all.
You're such a smart ass. You need to work hard. make money for our family, and also do all the household chores perfectly. That's your job. Stop being spoiled by John and work harder, damn it. If you don't work hard, you'll have to leave.
Yeah, about work. I don't think I'll be able to work for a while. So I don't think I can cover living expenses anymore.
Huh? Why not?
I found out that I'm pregnant. I have a baby in my belly right now, so in a few more months, I'm going to be taking maternity leave. So my income is going to go down. We'll have to ask you to work a little bit for everyone, too.
What? My own home? I'm letting some stranger live in my house? And that's your attitude? What do you mean your income is going to go down? You need to work harder. Work! You don't need kids. Go get an abortion right now.
What? Are you being serious right now?
Just because you're pregnant, don't assume everyone's going to be happy. You're dead wrong if you think that. If you make less money than you do now, then you'll be kicked out of this house.
I don't think that that's something that you're able to decide.
Just because my dad is kind, I can't let you take advantage of him any more than you already do. If you make less money, you will be chased out of this house. You understand? If you don't like that, then you need to go get rid of that thing in your stomach. I will not allow you to take off your job, Missy. Imagine a wife that doesn't put any money into her husband's house. There's no reason to keep you around. You will be leaving this house.
I know that you don't like me, Susan. I kind of figured that all along, but I can't believe it. This miracle of life, and that's how you're going to talk about it? You've actually surprised me. That's way out of line, Missy.
What are you talking about? My logic is completely flawless. I'm letting you live at our house. It's only fair for you to bring in money for our family. If you're going to be making less and putting in less money, then you don't need to give up on a child.
You're the worst. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not like you at all.
What do you mean? Are you trying to say something?
You basically abandoned your own child. You gave your ex-husband custody of your child really fast. Then you ran back into your parents' house.
You realize how tough it is to raise a child?
That may be so, but you neglected your own child and cheated. Then you were sued by your husband for having an affair, and now you have no money. So you come back to your parents' house, and you heard that John and I, with your parents, will be building a duplex to live together. And you suddenly start demanding for your own room too. But you don't pay a single penny. We had John take out a loan with his salary, and you still don't bring in or put any money into the family. What do you want me to do about it?
All of my money is still going to pay off damages and also paying child support.
You say that you're letting me live here? That's your favorite thing to tell me, but let's be real. The person who's mooching here is you, right? We're letting you live here. I pay for daily expenses. And the retirement from Dad? All of that money you lost in the divorce settlement. Yeah, guess where his retirement went? We were always concerned with Mom's health because she didn't feel well, so we wanted to live with her, or at least close to her. Living with you, though, Susan, that was never part of the plan to begin with.
What the hell? I'm just staying at my parents' house. What's the big deal about that?
I'll tell you what, you don't pay a single penny and you don't take care of anything around the house. You let Mom do all of that, so she got even sicker than before, right?
Right now, you're the one that's in charge of that. So who cares? It doesn't matter anymore.
You're also using the money we put into the family account, right?
What?
You use Mom's card, you withdraw money without telling us, right?
Of course not. Stop saying things that ain't true.
We already know the truth, you understand that. Everyone in the family knows. But they were all family, so I guess that they just wanted to pretend that they didn't see it. I, however, like you tell me so often, am not family. You're just some bitch who tells me to abort my child. So I don't want to get along with you at all. Please leave this house right now.
Excuse me? Are you trying to chase me out? You realize that you have no right or power to do that, right? This house is my father's house. I have a right to live here.
Sorry to break it to you, but that house is actually in John's name right now.
What? Are you serious?
When we were taking out a loan for the house, we changed the title to John from your father.
I didn't know that. But that doesn't matter. It's where I grew up, so I will not be leaving this house. Where is John anyway? And when the hell are you coming home? I'm getting really hungry.
I just reached out to John a second ago. We're going to execute our plan that we have agreed on a while back.
Plan?
Unfortunately for you, you're going to be thrown out of this house within the week.
Are you messing with me? I can't leave this house that soon.
I'm pregnant now. I don't want to have any unwanted stress anymore. You dirty the house every day, and yet I'm the one cleaning up after you. If I don't clean up immediately, you're quick to complain. You even start complaining about my cooking, too. I don't want to raise my child in this sort of environment with you in it. Your room will be used as our child's room. We'll be throwing out anything that you leave behind.
What are you talking about? You can talk all you want, but I have no intention of leaving.
John and Dad just signed a lease to a house in your name.
What? What are you talking about?
You're almost 40. I think you know how to live alone. At least I would hope that you know. We've already decided on a house, so you need to pack your things and head out. I'll tell you the address later, so hurry up and get packing.
Stop saying things I don't understand. Why am I having to move?
I think I've already explained why we don't want you in the house. You still don't understand? Some old lady who's almost 40 and mooches off her parents' money is kind of trouble for us. You understand?
What the hell is that attitude? Stop looking down on people, you idiot.
I'm just being logical. You've always been complaining about me every day, but you don't need to worry about that anymore. You should be happy, honestly. You don't like the way I clean or my cooking, right? I'm a formal employee who works late every single day, full-time, and I have to clean your underwear when you work about 4 days a week part-time. It just didn't really make sense to me.
Stop acting like you're all that just because you're a formal employee.
I'm not acting like I'm all that, but as severance, I paid for all of the down payments and initial fees. So you're welcome. Please don't mess with us, including your father. We're not going to help you out anymore, so don't count on us. Also, just so you know, I'll be expecting my money to be returned when you can start making your own money.
Are you seriously telling me to leave? Who's going to be paying the rent then?
You will be paying the rent. I don't know why I'm explaining this to someone who's almost 40. I don't want to see you anymore, so I'll be at my parents' house until you're out of the house. I don't want to be around someone who tells me that I should abort my child. So please leave by the weekend.
I don't want to leave. I don't have any money. I can't survive on my own. I'll just convince Dad when he gets home. I'm not going to be leaving.
I don't think you're going to be able to convince him. I told him about how you told me to abort my child, and he's not happy to hear about that. I also told John, too. Neither one of them are your friend at the moment. You might even be chased out today. You won't be able to move into your new home until the weekend, so if you are chased out, maybe you should consider just camping outside. Good luck and goodbye. Here's to your real single life. After John and her dad came home, they found Susan with her eyes swollen from crying. She tried to cry her way out of this to convince them to let her stay, but the normally quiet and calm dad yelled at her like he had seen her murder someone. Susan was frozen in place. He proceeded to throw out all of her luggage outside of the house. He wasn't too happy with her. Apparently, he was also at the end of his patience with Susan's behavior. She ended up having to leave the next morning. Jackie finally came back to the house, and they continued living life quietly and peacefully. Susan had to pay for her child support and rent and just general day-to-day expenses. But she couldn't make the money, so she had been adding shifts to her part-time job and working day and night to survive.
Amy, how are you? What are you doing right now? Hurry up and answer my messages. I know you're not busy. I bet you're just lying around doing nothing.
Helen, hi. I'm fine. Hope you're well too. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to the phone quicker. I was driving. I need to prepare dinner when I get home, so I'm just out and doing grocery shopping.
What about your son? Is he with you?
Your parents were kind enough to offer to watch him. They're at home right now. Will loves his grandparents, so it's good for them to have some quality time together.
Oh, I knew it. Don't give me that excuse. You don't think it's quality time for them. You're just being lazy.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
You're making my mom take care of your son, aren't you? Because you can't be bothered to take care of him yourself, right? I bet you just moved in with my parents because you knew they'd offer to watch him and wanted to take advantage of their kindness.
That wasn't the reason why we decided to move into your parents' house, but it's true that they've been really supportive. It's thanks to them that I can go on my part-time job without worrying about Will. I'm really grateful for their help.
Good for you. You've only got one kid, but you've got all the help you can get. You can leave him with your husband's parents and do whatever you like. Usually, people only ask grandparents for help when they really need it, considering their age. But you think you can use them as much as you like because you're so important. How arrogant can you get?
I don't know where you got that idea, but that's not true. I'm not doing whatever I like, and I'm only relying on them because your brother has to go on long-term business trips for work. David's the one who first suggested we move in with your parents because he's away so much. I'm doing as many of the chores as I can when I'm at home, and of course I wish I could be at home all the time so I don't have to ask them to watch Will. But I don't want to be completely reliant on them for money either, so I want to earn some money so that I can cover some of the bills myself.
Oh, come on. You're not as good a liar as you think you are, Amy. I know that you don't actually think any of that. You just want a part-time job so that my parents will think that you're working hard. You just want to take advantage of them.
I can't believe that you'd think I was just using them. I really am just doing what I think is right.
I have 3 children, you know, and they want to see their grandparents too. But because you're living with my parents, I can't visit. Do you know how long it's been since they last all saw each other? My parents haven't even met my youngest. Do you understand? It's all your fault. You're getting in the way of my children's quality time with my parents. You're splitting up a family because you can't be bothered to take care of one kid.
I think it's amazing that you're able to take care of 3 children. I don't know how you do it without the help. You could come visit whenever you like, but the reason why you can't come and stay is because your second son is allergic to your parents' dog, isn't he?
That's not the problem. Were you even listening to me? Why do you always have to interrupt me with the most irrelevant comments? Anyway, back to the conversation. I'm going to move in with my parents. I want you out. Right now.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, this is all so sudden. I can't keep up. What are you talking about? Why do I have to move out?
What's so hard to understand? I'm telling you to leave. Is it so bad for me to want to live with my own parents?
I'm not saying it's bad, I just don't understand. You're saying that you want to move in with your parents and live with them in the same house?
Of course, that's what I mean. What else could move in mean? Are you an idiot? Why do I have to explain such a simple sentence? I'm moving in. Capiche?
I'm sorry, I was just surprised. Do you mean that you'll be moving in with your family? Your kids too? What will you do about Ricky's dog allergy?
That's right. Do you really think I'd leave my children behind? You don't have to worry about that. I'll get my parents to give the dog away. It's as simple as that. My children are more important.
But your parents love their dog. I think they'd be really sad to part ways. Does your husband agree with all of this? Won't it be tougher for him to get to work if he lives farther away from his office?
My husband will be fine. It's none of your business, but he won't be living with us. He'll be living by himself.
Okay. Do you mean that he'll be going away on business like David?
Like I said, it got nothing to do with you. You really are so nosy. Why can't you just shut up and accept what I've decided?
You're right, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. My curiosity got the better of me. But if you're going to move in, then have you already spoken to your parents? I haven't heard anything from them about any of this, so I was wondering if it might have slipped their minds to mention it. Or maybe you hadn't spoken to them about it yet.
I'll tell them when I feel like it. It's not like they need a warning or anything. They're my parents, not yours. They'll be delighted to hear that I'm coming home. And I'm the eldest daughter. It's my job to take care of my parents. They'll feel much more at ease with me taking care of them rather than a complete stranger. That way they can see their favorite grandchildren too. So I'm asking you to leave. You're just in the way.
I'm sorry, what? You haven't told them anything?
I don't have to. All I have to do is make sure you and your stuff are out of my parents' house so that I can move in. We can't all live in there together. It'll be too cramped. I'm their daughter and have 3 children, so I take precedence. You may have married my brother, but that doesn't make you more important than me. I move in, and you and your son move out. Simple as that.
Even if you say that, it's not something that can be done straight away or even in a few days. If that's what you were planning, then you should have mentioned something or given me a warning or at least asked for your family's opinion. Have you spoken to David?
Of course I haven't. Don't you know where your own husband is? He's on the other side of the world. How am I supposed to get in touch with him without losing sleep? Do you really want me to bother him with something so trivial while he's working? And you call yourself his wife. Why can't you just accept what I've told you to do? You can tell David when he gets home from his business trip.
I understand that you don't want to bother him, but if you haven't spoken to David or your own parents, how did you decide all of this? You can't just decide by yourself. That's way too self-centered.
Of course I decided by myself. My mom and dad have no reason to say no to me. They love me the most. I may be an adult, but I still have them wrapped around my little finger. If they hear that they'll get to live with me and their grandchildren, they'll be overjoyed. That's why I should be the one living with them, not you. Do you understand, or was that too difficult for you as well?
That might be true, but you can't honestly think that you can just decide that behind all of our backs.
You may not realize it, but you're causing a lot of trouble for my mom by making her take care of your son. He's only turned 1 recently, right? Do you know how hard it is for someone my mom's age to watch a kid that young? I can't just stand by and watch as you take advantage of my mom.
You're right, I've caused her a lot of trouble, and I'm really grateful for all the time she's dealt with Will's tantrums and hyperactiveness while I've been at work. But you can't decide this without her opinion. Besides, your youngest is still only 6 months old, isn't she? I think that would be more of a burden.
Oh, shut up. You think you're better than me, but you're not. Unlike someone, I actually stay at home and take care of my own kids, rather than go out to work and waste my time. I won't ask my mom to babysit. I take pride in taking care of my kids myself.
Neither one of us is better than the other. I respect you for being a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. I happen to go out to work a part-time job, but why does that mean that I'm wasting my time? We're each doing what we think we should do in our own situations. Isn't that enough? Either way, I can't up and leave so easily.
Why not?
Because where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to move all of mine and David's stuff without any help from David? Maybe I could move out after David comes back, but I can't find a place at such short notice, and I can't accept a decision you made without consulting any of us.
You can leave David's things. He's family, after all. We'll store his things carefully until he comes back. You just have to take your stuff, your son, and get out.
You're being unreasonable. Why do I have to move out right now?
Because I can't forgive people like you who try and take advantage of my parents' kindness. Just because they offer to babysit doesn't mean you can use them like they're a daycare service. I never liked you, even before you married David. But I thought I should respect his choice of partner. Now I know that I should have made more of an argument against you when I had the chance. That laid-back attitude of yours really pisses me off.
I'm sorry, our conversation wasn't going anywhere, so I asked if anyone knew why you'd suddenly start acting like this, and your husband told me what's been going on. I heard that you're going to get divorced. That's why you're so desperate to kick me out, isn't it?
What? What are you talking about? Why would you talk to my husband behind my back?
When I asked your mom, she told me that she hadn't heard anything about you planning to move in and confirmed that she hadn't agreed to anything like that. She didn't understand why you were being so aggressive towards me. She hadn't seen you in person for a while and was worried about you, so she called your husband to ask about you. He told her about the divorce and a lot of other things.
My mom did? Seriously? She called my husband? What else did she hear?
She found out that your husband went to stay with his parents until the divorce is over. He told us that he had asked you to move out as soon as possible because he can't keep on going to work from his parents' house, and because he doesn't want to see you anymore. That's why you suddenly decided that you wanted to move in with your parents, but didn't tell them anything because you wanted to avoid telling them why you're getting a divorce.
Yeah, so what? It's private. It's none of your business. I don't have to explain myself to you. All you have to do is hurry up and leave so that I can move in.
You want to move in because you have nowhere else to go. All that talk about not trusting me and not being able to forgive me for using your parents was all just an excuse to cover up your own mistakes. You don't even know what condition your parents are in.
What? What are you talking about? What do you mean my parents' condition? They're fine.
Your dad isn't as fine as you think. I'm the one that's currently taking care of him.
Huh? Taking care of him? Why are you acting like that's such a special thing? Of course you should be taking care of him. Don't be lazy.
It's a lot more serious than that. I mean that ever since he collapsed last year, he's needed more support doing day-to-day tasks. It seems like you were just satisfied that he was still alive, so you never came to see how he was doing. You don't know it, but he's been really frail. It's the main reason why David and I decided that we should move in with your parents, because it would be too difficult for your mom to take care of him by herself, and it would be easier on us if we were in the same house rather than going to visit several times a week.
I didn't know that he needed care. What? Does he need help going to the toilet? Why didn't you tell me that sooner?
I would have told you, but you never asked. You didn't seem to care about your parents' needs since you always only contacted them when you needed something, and whenever your mom calls, you always let it go to voicemail. You may not know this, but she always is so disappointed that she can never even hear your voice.
Sometimes I just can't get to the phone. What's so bad about that? Give me a break.
Like when? Like when you're having an affair, for example? I can imagine that would be really awkward for you to answer the phone when you're busy with a guy that isn't your husband.
What? I'm not having an affair. Did my husband say that I was having an affair? Because he's lying.
You cheated and got pregnant, and when Haley was born, your youngest daughter's dad is the man you're having an affair with.
Of course not.
But that's the reason why you're getting divorced, right? He already told us that he filed for a fault divorce because he didn't want to have to suffer the whole separation period, which means that your husband already has evidence, like a DNA test. There's no point trying to pretend you didn't do anything wrong. Your mom didn't know, of course, and was apologizing to your husband. She didn't think that you were selfish enough to break up your own family, but that's exactly what you've done. Your husband was surprised that your parents didn't know anything, too.
Ugh, you're so annoying. But, just like you said, there's no point pretending it never happened if you know the truth. Will you lend me some money?
What? Where did that come from?
You got a part-time job, right? So you must have some money to spare. I need to borrow some. I can't pay off the damages to my husband by myself. Ugh, he demanded a lot, even though he knows I haven't been working since we married. Oh, and I'm planning to move into my parents' house at the end of the month, so I'll give you until then to get rid of your stuff. I'd be grateful if you prepared some money for me to borrow then, too.
What are you talking about? Do you really think I'll do anything for you now I know why you're asking for all of this? Plus, your mom is saying that she won't let you kick us out, especially since I'm clearly more willing to be your dad's caregiver. Maybe you should just find a job and rent your own apartment instead of assuming that everyone around you will clean up after you.
But but I don't want to. Do you expect me to get a job in a supermarket or something? Oh, that's so embarrassing. And it'll be hard to find an apartment that's suitable for kids.
Your husband was saying that he would take custody of the children. He's already taken the older two with him to his parents, hasn't he? You might as well just let him take Haley too, since he's offering. He has the means to raise them, you don't. You need to do something about that first.
If I give up all my children, I won't be able to demand that he pay child support. I can't do anything without that. He makes a lot of money, so I can demand as much as I want.
Are you being serious? Is that the only reason why you want to take your kids back? Because you won't be able to receive child support without them? You want to use your children to get money. What kind of mother are you? Anyway, I've just spoken to David. He agrees with me that we shouldn't support you financially. You need to get a job and work for it yourself. If you really love your children, you'd understand that that's what's best for them too, now that you're divorced. Besides, we don't have money to spare. We're saving so that we can get my license as a caregiver. That way I can get benefits for taking care of your dad and I won't have to go to work. I can support him full time. I imagine that's impossible for you, so give up on moving in with your parents.
Then what am I supposed to do? I won't have anywhere to go.
Why don't you ask your paramour?
He has a family too. I can't ask him for money. Are you an idiot?
Clearly you're the idiot, since you've been asking me for money and more this entire conversation. Anyway, we're not going to support you at all. You've just got to sort things out yourself. If you really want to live with your parents and really do want to kick us out, you should consider that if you do that, you'll have to take care of your dad 24/7. He needs a lot of care and you'll need a lot of resolve.
Ugh, I can't do that.
Your mom was doing her best all by herself until we moved in, but it was becoming a strain on her, and that's why I've taken over most of the responsibilities. It's easier on her to take care of a 1-year-old that only weighs a few kilos rather than a grown man. So yeah, I don't think you can either. But you're the one that said the eldest daughter should take care of her own parents, remember?
Then you should just call a professional to do that.
Then can you provide the money for that service?
No, I can't, but...
Then stop being so irresponsible.
Oh, fine. I won't try and kick you out. So just lend me some money. That's all I ask. I'll pay you back, I swear. You can trust me. I need to pay my husband or he'll take all of my children from me. You understand, don't you? You're a mother too. How would you feel if you were about to lose your children? I can't give them up.
I don't understand at all. I don't understand the feelings of someone who prioritizes their affair over their own children. Your husband told us that you left your children unattended while you went out to meet with your lover. And you only want your children back because you want child support so you don't have to work. I don't want to understand how your brain works at all. If you won't take care of your dad or even try, and you don't have the money to pay for a professional, then you should try taking care of yourself first and get a job. Maybe if you show that you're willing to pay, your husband will let you pay installments instead. You'll learn more about being a decent human being if you learn that there are consequences to your actions.
What do I do about my children? What about the child support?
You're still going on about the child support? If that's all you can think of, then you've got a long way to go. And I suggest that if you care at all for your children, you'll let your husband take custody. They deserve that much at least. If someone as irresponsible as you raises them, I hate to imagine what kind of people they'll grow into. Anyways, do your best. Good luck with your job search. I hope you're happy. Helen finally gave up on trying to force Amy out of her parents' house, but she hadn't learned her lesson and called her mother to try and convince her to help her. Of course, her mother wasn't interested in hearing her excuses and only told her what Amy had been messaging her all this time. Helen was told that she couldn't depend on her parents to save her because she was a grown woman and needed to fix her own mess. Her mother even went so far as to tell her to never come home. It looks like Helen's own parents had gotten sick of her taking advantage of their love for her and warned her to never expect them to lend her money or run errands for her ever again. In the end, her 2 older children were taken by her husband, and she couldn't demand that he pay child support since her youngest daughter wasn't actually his. Her lover wouldn't acknowledge that Haley was his daughter either because he had a family, so nobody was obliged to pay child support. Haley was stuck with Helen as her mother, so Amy decided that she would sometimes visit them to see if Helen was actually working and doing her best to raise her daughter. Helen seems to have finally accepted her fate and is working day and night to pay her husband his settlement and to raise Haley.
Hey, I overheard something earlier. Is it true that you're getting married, lol?
Yeah, it's true. But honestly, I'm not quitting my job or anything significant, so nothing about my life is going to be any different.
If nothing's going to change, wouldn't it make more sense not to tell everyone about it? Or is it just me who thinks that, lol?
I'm not exactly going out of my way to tell everyone. You only overheard it by chance, right?
Sure, that's how I found out. But you're the one who started the rumor in the first place, aren't you, lol? I can't help but wonder, are you that desperate to have people celebrate for you? I mean, this is a workplace after all. Maybe it would be better to keep your personal matters to yourself instead of talking about them here.
I don't see what's wrong with chatting about my life during break time. It's not like I'm disrupting work. I was just casually sharing with my colleagues. Is there a problem with that?
Well, there's nothing inherently wrong with sharing a marriage announcement. But is it really true? Lol.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing much. Just wondering how old you are again. Aren't you around 67 by now? Lol.
No, I'm 38. Where on earth did you get 67 from?
Okay, fine, 38. But still, you're not exactly young, are you? Lol. A grandma like you getting engaged. Now that's a stretch. Why don't you just admit it, lol? Your so-called fiance is just something you made up, isn't he?
Calling me a grandma is really harsh. Don't you think that's a bit much?
It's not harsh if it's true, lol. I just have a serious problem with liars, that's all. Especially liars who go to such ridiculous lengths just to get some attention. People like you who can't deal with being ignored are the worst, lol.
What makes you so certain I'm lying?
Because honestly, it's hard to believe that anyone would want to marry someone like you, lol. Let's be real here. You've always seemed like the type who'd stay single forever. It's pretty obvious you invented some imaginary fiancé just so people would notice you, lol. Unlike someone like me, who naturally gets attention, you have to resort to lies to get anyone to care about you, lol.
That's quite an assumption you're making. Do you really think I'd risk telling such an easily debunked lie?
Yes, I do. People who are lonely can't help themselves sometimes. When someone is desperate enough, they'll do things you'd never expect, lol.
You really are rude beyond belief.
What's truly rude is lying to people just to get attention, lol. Personally, I think people who do that are completely unfit to be functioning members of society.
Right. Well, it doesn't seem like anything I say will convince you otherwise. Not that I care whether you believe me or not. So, why don't we just drop the subject?
Oh no, I can't let this go. I really don't want to work in an office where there's a liar, lol. If you've lied, the least you can do is admit it and apologize properly. Otherwise, how can anyone trust you?
And who exactly am I supposed to apologize to?
That's obvious to all the coworkers you lied to. And also to everyone else in the office who had to put up with the awkward atmosphere your lie created. And don't forget about me. You owe me an apology too, because your lie has made me feel incredibly uncomfortable. Lol.
You're the only one saying things like that. Honestly, go ahead and keep talking if you want. I really couldn't care less.
Oh, don't be naive. Everyone else has noticed too. They're just too polite to say anything to your face. But you're old enough now that you should be able to pick up on those kinds of things, don't you think? Lol.
I see. Well then, goodbye.
Oh, wow, look at that! She ran away! Lol. Liars really are good at making quick escapes, aren't they? Lol. Honestly, I don't understand why you're so upset. I mean, if it were really true, wouldn't you be more confident about it? The fact that you're walking away says a lot.
I'm not walking away because I feel guilty. I'm walking away because I don't see the point in continuing this ridiculous conversation.
Oh, so now it's ridiculous, huh? Was it not ridiculous when you started telling everyone about your imaginary wedding?
Like I said, I wasn't going around telling everyone. You overheard one conversation. That's it.
Sure, keep telling yourself that. But let me ask you this. If your fiance really exists, why haven't you brought him to meet anyone here?
Because it's a workplace, not a social club. Why would I introduce my personal life to everyone here?
See, that's exactly the kind of excuse someone would use when they're hiding something. If he were real, you'd want to show him off, wouldn't you?
Not everyone feels the need to parade their relationship around. Some people prefer to keep their personal lives private.
Private? Then why talk about it at all? If you really wanted to keep it private, you wouldn't have mentioned it in the first place.
I wasn't mentioning it to the entire office. I was just chatting with one colleague. You overheard that. It's not the same thing.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. But let me warn you, if you keep lying like this, it's going to backfire. People will stop trusting you altogether.
Thanks for the unsolicited advice. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, don't act so smug. You're the one in the wrong here. Everyone can see it. You're just too stubborn to admit it.
Believe what you want. I honestly don't care anymore.
Fine, go ahead and play the victim. But deep down, you know I'm right.
If believing that makes you feel better about yourself, then by all means, go ahead.
Wow, you're really good at deflecting. Maybe you should consider a career in politics.
And you should consider a career in minding your own business.
Touché! But seriously, you should think about what I've said. It's not too late to come clean.
I don't have anything to come clean about. But you've made it abundantly clear that nothing I say will change your mind. So why don't we just leave it at that?
Fine by me, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Kendra, can you explain what happened earlier? I had to leave the office for work, so I couldn't get the full story.
Brad, listen to this. You won't believe it. Emerald from our department is claiming she's getting married, lol.
Oh, that. So what about it?
Oh, so you've heard it too? Well, here's the thing. I don't buy it. Not one bit.
You think she's lying?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. She's never shown any sign of being involved with someone, not even a hint. And let's be honest, her age doesn't really help her case, does it? Now she's spreading this lie around the office just so everyone will congratulate her.
I see. So what are you planning to do about it?
Well, I'm sure everyone in the department also thinks Emerald's marriage story is a complete fabrication. So, I was thinking about starting a petition, to get signatures from people who agree with me. Lol.
A petition?
Yes, our company policies fully allow employees to gather signatures for things, right? So, I thought I'd collect signatures from everyone who thinks her marriage story is fake. That way, Emerald will have no choice but to come clean and apologize for lying.
And what exactly do you hope to accomplish with that?
What do I hope to accomplish? Well, for starters, our company's motto is honesty and integrity, isn't it? If we have a liar among us, it disrupts the moral fabric of our workplace. It tarnishes the reputation of our company's values.
I see. So your goal is to protect the company's principles by getting this petition signed and forcing Emerald to apologize.
Exactly. I've been giving it a lot of thought, Brad. Sure, it might seem extreme to some people, but sometimes you need to take bold action to preserve the integrity of the company. Don't you agree?
I suppose you're right. That's quite a commendable attitude you've got there. So you're saying you'd do whatever it takes for the company's sake?
Of course! I joined this company because I wanted to contribute. And as an employee, I think it's my duty to take a stand in situations like this.
I see. Well, I have to say that's impressive. You're clearly someone the company can rely on. There might come a time soon when the company needs you to make another important decision. I'll be counting on you when that time comes.
Huh? Oh, well, of course. I'm always happy to help.
Hey, what exactly do you think you're doing?
What does it look like? I'm collecting signatures. Lol. I'm asking people who think your marriage story is a lie to sign this petition.
You're actually going through with this?
As I told Brad earlier, this is about protecting our company's motto, honesty and integrity. Lol. People like you, liars, disrupt the workplace.
So, you just want to brand me a liar? Is that it? This has nothing to do with the company. You just don't like me.
Oh, come on! That's not it at all. I'm doing this for the company's sake. You're the one bringing shame to our workplace. You should just admit it. All this talk about marriage is pure fantasy. You've let your delusions get in the way of your work. Lol.
Fine, then how about I call him right now?
Oh, please do. Lol. What are you going to do? Grab some random guy off the street and pretend he's your fiance? I'm all ears. You know, Anna, your colleague from the same intake group as you, also went around claiming she was getting married. Lol. Is this some kind of trend among middle-aged women? Making up fake marriages to get attention? Lol.
Wait, are you saying you harassed Anna too?
Oh, I wouldn't call it harassment. I just told the truth, you know. When she posted about her so-called engagement on social media, I left comments pointing out how ridiculous it was. Of course, she ended up blocking me, but honestly, liars always have a way of running away from the truth, don't they? Lol.
You seriously have nothing better to do you?
What's that supposed to mean? Lol.
I'm saying your obsession with proving I'm lying is honestly pathetic. Why can't you just focus on your own work and leave me alone?
Oh, so now you're trying to play the victim card? That's rich, lol. You're the one who started this by telling everyone about your so-called engagement. If you didn't want people talking about it, maybe you should have kept it to yourself.
You're unbelievable. You act like you're some kind of moral authority, but really, you're just a bully.
A bully? Me? Lol. Look, I'm just standing up for what's right. Unlike you, I care about this company's values. If anything, you're the one who should be ashamed of yourself.
You know what? I don't need to prove anything to you. Believe what you want, but this ends now.
Oh, does it? Lol. Let me guess, you're about to storm off in a huff. Typical liar behavior, always running away when the truth catches up to them, lol.
Fine, think whatever you want.
Brad, I'm really sorry. I didn't know. I didn't realize that Emerald's fiance is you.
I see. By the way, what exactly are you apologizing for?
Huh? Well, I've said some really rude things.
So, you were rude to me? I don't really remember being offended by anything you said.
What? No, but about your wife.
Are you apologizing to me because you mocked my fiancé?
Yes. Wait, did I do something wrong? I truly regret what happened, and I just wanted to apologize to you first.
Shouldn't you be apologizing to the person you actually offended?
Well, of course, I should apologize to her, but since I'm so close to Emerald, I thought I'd apologize to you first.
If you're that close, it's only natural you should apologize to her first. Why are you apologizing to me before the person you insulted?
Well, I didn't think it was really that big of an insult, you know? Just the kind of thing women do with each other, and I didn't think Emerald would be too upset about it.
So, calling someone's wedding announcement a fantasy and organizing a petition to publicly shame them as a liar, you think that's just women's banter? I can't follow your sense of values here.
So, all I need to do is apologize to Emerald, right? I was already planning to do that. Honestly and sincerely, as an employee, I'll do what's right.
Fine, just hurry up and apologize.
Yes. Emerald, I didn't really believe your wedding was real. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And to think your fiancé is Brad. I'm genuinely surprised. All I can say is congratulations.
So, where's the apology?
Well, I'm really sorry. I guess I misunderstood.
Is that really an apology?
By the way, are you looking for an apology from me? Personally, I thought it was just some harmless banter.
Harmless banter? I was publicly called a liar and humiliated in front of everyone. I was even told to quit my job.
Well, I thought it was unavoidable. I really thought you were lying, and according to our company's motto, liars should be exposed, right?
but I wasn't lying in the end. So, of course, you should apologize for calling me a liar, right?
Yes, I'm terribly sorry. I'll make sure something like this never happens again. Now, can we just call this done and get back to work?
No. Are you mocking me?
What? How am I mocking you?
That's not an apology. Look at the way you're handling this.
Well, what else am I supposed to do? I'm apologizing properly, aren't I? I apologized to Brad, too. Is everything solved now? Can we move on?
How can you act like that? How can you be so casual about it when you're clearly in the wrong?
I already apologized. Seriously, how much more do you want? How many times do you want me to apologize? This is why old hags are so difficult.
Huh?
Oh, that was just a comment to myself. I didn't mean it towards you, so no need for an apology, right?
Don't mess with me.
I'm not messing with you. Now, let's get back to work. After all, this is a workplace, right? Some people get all caught up in relationships and forget we're here to work, lol. Emerald, can we talk for a second?
What is it now?
I just wanted to say again that I didn't believe you at first. I didn't think you were actually getting married. I just assumed it was all some kind of joke.
You don't say.
I'm sorry for not taking it seriously earlier. Honestly, when you first mentioned it, I thought there was no way that could be true. But now, seeing how everything's turning out, I realize I was wrong. I really do wish you the best.
So now you believe me?
Yes, absolutely. You have my full support. I apologize for doubting you before.
It's fine, really. I know how it must have seemed.
No, but it wasn't just that. I was so caught up in thinking it couldn't be true, and I acted out of line. I should have been more supportive from the start, and I'm truly sorry for causing any distress.
Huh.
Hey, what is this all about?
What do you mean, what's it about? You should already know. I'm collecting signatures.
Signatures for what?
Obviously, signatures to accuse you. I've been watching your actions lately, and I think it's about time for the proper consequences. It's only fair that you face those consequences for what you've done.
Accuse me? I don't get it. What exactly did I do, lol?
You insulted me, and then you took part in a campaign to embarrass me. The worst part is, you didn't even apologize for it. You had no remorse for what you did.
No, I apologized properly yesterday, didn't I? Lol. And besides, I didn't mean any harm by it. Lol.
The apology you gave yesterday isn't even worth calling an apology. You can't just brush things off like that. And to say you didn't mean any harm does not excuse your behavior. You should know that yourself, right?
I really didn't mean any harm, though. You're acting like I tried to crush you on purpose. A boss who tries to destroy a subordinate who didn't mean any harm? Now that's a really bad boss, right? Lol.
Are you serious about this?
Of course I'm serious, lol. You know, I'm pretty sure everyone else will be on my side, lol. After all, you're not exactly well-liked, lol.
But I've collected signatures from everyone in the department.
Huh?
People are saying that your behavior lately has been way over the line. Anyone with any common sense would see that. It's clear that something needs to be done about this.
But it was just a joke. I did it as a form of congratulations. Can't you see that?
Enough with the excuses.
Excuses? What do you mean, excuses? I'm just telling the truth here. I don't need to keep talking to you. It's pointless.
That's exactly what I've been trying to say.
Brad, wait! Listen to me!
What is it now? What happened?
Well, first off, I need to apologize again for yesterday. I really regret what I did, but now there's something terrible happening because of it. It's all because of Emerald.
Emerald?
Yes, your wife. I apologized to her properly yesterday, but now she's trying to get me fired out of revenge.
Trying to get you fired?
Yes, she's been talking to the people in the department, trying to turn them all against me. She's trying to get everyone to push me out of the company. I can't believe this is happening. It's just too much.
Don't you think you're not explaining things properly? You're talking about a petition against me, right?
Yes, that's what's happening, but it's basically the same thing. I'll admit I was in the wrong yesterday. But after I apologized to you, doesn't this seem excessive? Don't you think it's too much?
You apologized. I really don't see it that way.
What? No, I apologized to you just now as well.
I keep telling you you're only apologizing to me. You haven't apologized to the person you actually insulted.
But I apologized to her yesterday.
This is why old hags are so difficult. Does that sound like something someone would say after they've apologized?
Oh no, that. Did she show our private conversation to others? That's personal. I can't believe you're making that public. That's not fair.
If that's the case, then Emerald's marriage is also a private matter, right? Who was it that spread lies about it and made a big deal out of it? Who started a petition about it?
Well, that's different. It's a different situation.
What's so different? Don't just make excuses when it suits you. I actually support the petition that Emerald started. She had her honor attacked, so it's only natural for her to take action like this.
What? So now you're telling me I should just quit the company?
Yeah, your reputation in the company was already pretty bad. You've been late to work a lot and you've said things that caused trouble. The management knows about this.
What?
The people around you have just been going along with you, not wanting to make things difficult, but that doesn't mean they like you.
That's so unfair. Are you really saying all this just because she's your fiance?
No, I'm being fair here. But honestly, when you look at it objectively, there's no other conclusion. You're in the wrong, and the number of signatures proves that.
What should I do then?
Well, you said you'd do anything for the company, right? You said that the company's motto of honesty and sincerity was the most important thing for you.
Yes, of course. I'll do anything for the company. You can count on me.
That's a good attitude. So here's the deal. You're not coming back to the company.
What?
The signatures from everyone in the department have been gathered. Everyone believes you should be disciplined. If you really care about the company, it's better for everyone if you leave.
Wait, are you seriously saying that? Are you telling me to quit?
At least that's what everyone in the department wants. I don't know what'll happen with the head office's decision, but you said you'd do anything for the company, right? So now's the time to prove it.
But I can't just...
Were you lying when you said you'd do anything for the company? If that's the case, then you've gone against the company's motto of honesty and sincerity.
No, I didn't lie.
Think about it. Do what needs to be done. That's all I'm telling you.
So, what now? Should I just go and pack my things?
Well, I'm not going to force you to leave. But it's clear to everyone that this is the right thing to do.
It's not fair, though. You've always been so supportive of me, and now you're turning your back on me?
This is about the company, not about me supporting you. I'm not here to hold your hand. The company's values come first, and you've clearly gone against them.
But I've worked here for so long, and I never thought things would turn out this way.
That's the problem. You never thought. You were just coasting along, not thinking about the consequences. And now it's all catching up to you.
This isn't fair. You don't know how hard I've worked for this company. And now, after all that, I'm being treated like this?
What do you expect me to do? Should I ignore everything that's been happening and just pretend it's all okay? This isn't just about you, it's about everyone around you. Your actions have affected the whole department, and now we all have to deal with the aftermath.
But, I'm trying. I'm really trying to fix things.
I get that, but it's not just about trying. You should have been thinking about this before you did what you did. You had the chance to fix things, but you chose not to. Now it's too late.
Emerald, I'm truly sorry. I realize now that I was completely in the wrong, and I am deeply reflecting on my actions. Please forgive me.
How can you even say that? It's clear to everyone that you were the one at fault.
I know it's clear. I can see now that what I did was completely wrong. Even though your marriage seems suspicious, starting a petition against you was totally inappropriate, and I deeply regret that decision.
Even now, you still can't apologize sincerely. You've been apologizing in a roundabout way, and you still don't understand what you did wrong. What exactly do you mean by saying my marriage seemed suspicious?
I'm truly reflecting on my behavior. I know it was wrong, and I'm genuinely sorry.
I'm glad to hear you're apologizing, but I can't help but feel like it's not sincere. Honestly, I'm glad you're apologizing, but what's done is done. The petition with all those signatures has already been reported to the head office. There are also employees planning to take legal action against you because of your actions.
What?
Yes, of course, I'm talking about Anna. She's too shy to defend herself against your malicious accusations, and because of that, she and I have decided to take legal action against you.
Wait, you're involved too?
Yes, of course I'm involved. You don't think I would just stand by and let you continue treating people like that, do you? It's not harassment. It's about standing up for what's right. You might not understand, but I'm not going to let you off the hook easily.
You're really not letting this go. It's not like I meant to hurt anyone. I was just reacting to what I thought was going on.
You can't forgive the person who shared the truth about their marriage, can you? Whether it's jealousy or something else driving you, you need to face the consequences of your actions. There's no excuse for trying to bring someone down for just being honest.
I didn't think it would turn out like this. I didn't know what else to do.
You didn't think it would turn out like this? Do you think this situation could have ended any differently after everything you did? It's not just about a marriage, it's about respect. You've been disrespectful to not just me, but to everyone around you, and that's not something you can easily fix.
Wait. What do you mean by suing me? Are you really saying that everyone is going to side with you in this?
Of course they're going to side with me. Who in their right mind would side with you after everything you've done? Did you really think that you were so well-liked that people would just overlook your actions? That everyone would just stand by and let you get away with what you've done?
I thought that younger people would prefer me over someone like you. I thought I had a better chance, but now it seems like everyone just wants me out. This is the worst.
Oh, you thought younger people would like you more, did you? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter if you're younger or not. You can't just go around lying and expecting people to like you. People will always see through that, and now everyone sees you for who you really are.
This is just too much. Does everyone really want me to quit? Do they all feel that strongly?
Yes, everyone feels that strongly. You've crossed a line, and they can see that. You might think you're above it all, but the truth is, no one wants to work with someone like you. A liar is the last person anyone wants on their team, and that's exactly what you've become.
I thought maybe I had a chance to get people on my side, but now it feels like I have nothing left. This is all just falling apart. Does no one care about me?
No one cares about you because your actions have shown that you're untrustworthy. You can't expect people to care for you when you've shown nothing but disrespect for others. Everyone has had enough, and they're all tired of your lies. You've already caused enough damage. Kendra could no longer bear the judgmental stares and whispers of those around her, and as a result, she ended up quitting her job. She simply couldn't endure the environment any longer. To be honest, her situation had become unbearable. The company was not just a place to work for her. It had been a space where she had prided herself on being a key figure. She had always believed that she was someone who was liked by everyone, someone who was popular and well-respected. But now, her once comfortable world had been shattered by the weight of public opinion. For someone who had spent so much time building an image of herself as an admired and well-loved person, the stark reality hit hard when she saw the sheer number of signatures on the petition against her and the cold, almost hostile glares from her co-workers. These were the same people she had considered her friends. The irony of it all was that those same friends had now turned their backs on her, casting judgment and showing no mercy. Kendra had never anticipated such a response. She couldn't handle the sudden shift in how people viewed her. The growing realization that she had lost the respect of her peers was something that crushed her spirit. For her, this wasn't just about losing her job. It was a blow to her ego. The signatures that had been gathered in support of her being removed from the company, along with the people who once admired her, now seeing her as the source of their discontent, were simply too overwhelming for her to cope with. She had always been the center of attention, the one who thrived in social settings. But now she found herself isolated and despised. Those cold glares and the whispers behind her back were more than she could take. As if that wasn't enough, Kendra's troubles were compounded when she was ordered to pay a hefty sum in compensation for defamation. This legal battle, which stemmed from accusations of slander, added another layer of stress to her already precarious situation. Not only was she without a job, but now she was facing financial ruin. The defamation case had been one she had hoped would fade away. But the ruling had gone against her, and she was forced to pay for the damage she had caused. It wasn't just the financial burden that was difficult for her to handle. It was the fact that her reputation, something she had worked so hard to protect, was now permanently tarnished. In order to survive, Kendra had to take on multiple part-time jobs just to make ends meet. She had no choice but to work long hours, taking on whatever opportunity she could find just to pay off the mounting debts she had incurred. She had always been used to a life of comfort, but now the reality of her situation was a stark contrast to the luxurious lifestyle she had once enjoyed. Working multiple part-time jobs was not something she was accustomed to, but it was the only way she could try to stay afloat. Every day, she struggled to keep her head above water, and despite her efforts, she couldn't seem to escape the weight of her past mistakes. The rumors about Kendra didn't stop there. From what I had heard, she had become increasingly frustrated with her personal life, particularly with her inability to find a partner. Despite her once popular persona, it seemed that no one was willing to be with her. She had tried to build a life around the idea that she was someone who could have anyone she wanted. But reality had struck her hard. Her frustration over being single had turned into bitterness. And this frustration only deepened as she watched others around her, particularly people she deemed beneath her, getting married and starting families. What she found hardest to bear, however, was the fact that it was me, someone she had always looked down on, who had managed to find happiness. In her eyes, I was nothing more than a background character in her world, someone she had no real respect for, yet I was the one who had moved forward, who had found happiness, while she remained stuck in a cycle of resentment and self-pity. Kendra's anger boiled over when she saw me, someone she had considered beneath her, enjoying a fulfilling married life. She couldn't understand how things had turned out this way. In her mind, it didn't make sense that I, someone she had always belittled, was living a life she envied. The injustice of it all must have eaten away at her, and the sense of humiliation she must have felt was overwhelming. For someone like Kendra, who had always been the center of attention, to be overshadowed by someone she had once thought of as insignificant was more than her pride could handle. It was in these moments that I realized just how misguided her motivations had been. The bitterness and jealousy she felt towards me were not just about the success I had achieved, but were rooted in her own insecurities. The reality of her life, a life built on superficial connections and fragile pride, had crumbled in a way that she could not accept. She had never really known what it meant to build meaningful relationships, and when her image of being the popular, admired person was destroyed, she was left with nothing. Her reaction to the situation was incredibly selfish. Rather than looking inward and reflecting on her actions, she chose to lash out at the world around her. It was easier for her to blame others for her failure than to take responsibility for her own mistakes. The fact that she couldn't reconcile the idea that life had moved on without her, that she had been left behind while I was able to find happiness, only deepened her frustration. Her own inability to move forward only served to fuel the anger that continued to consume her. As for me, I have continued on with my life. I am happily married and have found contentment in my relationship. My life is not perfect, but I have found peace in knowing that I am living honestly and authentically. While things at work may be a bit awkward between my boss and me, since we are in a superior-subordinate relationship, I don't mind the small tensions that arise. In fact, I find comfort in the stability that my husband provides, both at home and in our work life. He is the epitome of sincerity and honesty, someone who always strives to do the right thing, whether in his role as a boss or as my partner. Despite the occasional awkwardness at work, I know that I have someone reliable by my side. Someone who has proven time and time again that he is not just a good boss, but a caring and dependable husband as well. This sense of stability and mutual respect has made our marriage strong. I feel supported, not just emotionally, but also in every aspect of my life. My husband's commitment to doing what is right and his unwavering support have allowed me to focus on building a future without the distractions and bitterness that plagued Kendra's life.
I'm coming home soon. Do you need me to pick up something from the supermarket on my way home?
There's something I want to talk to you about when you get home. It's important.
What is it? Does something happen?
I only ask for one thing, and it's that I stop being a housewife for our family. I also have no intention of continuing my relationship with you. I have no faith in our marriage. The last 10 years being married to you was not a happy time for me. I'm going to concentrate on finding my own happiness now. I hope that you'll find happiness too. I won't sue you for the emotional abuse you put me through over the years. But please do one thing for me. Please take good care of our children. That's all I ask. Goodbye.
Okay.
Huh? Is that all you have to say to me? Look how much I wrote, and all you can say to me is okay? I put a lot of thought into what I was going to say to you. You're always so cold to me. You're a terrible husband.
What do you want me to say? This isn't the first time you said something like this to me. I'm sick and tired of you jerking me around like this. If this is what you want, I won't stop you.
Don't give up on us so easily. Don't you have any feelings left for me? You're not going to stop me from leaving you. Does marriage mean nothing to you?
Look, what do you want me to say? If you want to divorce me, I can't stop you. This is not the first time that you try to divorce me over chat. What is it that you're looking for?
I want you to stop me from leaving you. That's what you want too, right? I know you still love me.
I don't want to continue this conversation with you. I'm sick and tired of you stirring things up between us. In fact, I want to divorce you. You were right. The last 10 years hasn't been fun for me either. I want out.
How can you say that to me? Aren't you my husband? Stop playing games and ask me to come back to you.
What are you trying to do? Why do you want to make things so complicated? This is the first time that you said that you wanted to leave the kids, too. If you weren't being serious, you shouldn't have said such a thing about our children. That's sick.
I wasn't kidding. I had to say that in order for you to take me seriously.
I tried to take you seriously at first, but you like to make things so difficult for me. You've been acting crazy like this for the past 6 months, and I'm tired of it. Now you've convinced me that leaving you might be the better option for me. I'm prepared to end our marriage.
Prepared? Prepared for what?
I'm getting ready to divorce you. You've been asking me for months now to leave you, and I'm finally going ahead with it. I don't want to go back and forth with our decision.
Well, it's not an easy decision to make. If you asked me not to leave you, I'd reconsider.
Are you home right now?
I'm not. I'm not coming home until you apologize to me.
What do I need to apologize for?
Your behavior. Even if it's your fault, you try to blame it all on me.
I'd apologize if I thought that it was my fault. But this time, I don't think I've done anything wrong. It took me a long time for me to get the kids to go to sleep yesterday, but did you have to get so angry about something so small? If you're so good with the kids, couldn't you have tucked them in yourself?
I want a little more help from you. Just because I'm good at something doesn't mean that I have to do everything on my own. It's not fair. That's what I call emotional abuse.
You say that you're doing everything by yourself, but all you do is cook. You don't even work.
Are you making fun of the fact that I don't work? I'm busy too, you know.
I'm sure that you are. You take care of the kids and pick them up from school every day, so I'm grateful that you take such good care of the kids, but I also want you to understand that I work really hard too. And when I come home tired from work, you expect me to bathe the kids, clean the house, do the laundry, and vacuum? It's too much for me. And when you don't get what you want, or if things don't go your way, you storm out of the house and start sending me threatening chat messages. How do you think that makes me feel? That's why I decided that the next time this happens, I'm leaving you for good.
Are you being serious right now? You're divorcing me? You can't live without me. Apologize to me now and I'll forgive you. If you beg me to come back to you, I'll do it.
I'm home now.
Are you listening to me?
You left the kids unattended?
Don't bring the kids into this. This is between us. Now listen to me.
What if they were hurt? You're so irresponsible. Helen is only 3 years old.
Sean is already in elementary school. He's old enough to take care of his little sister.
What if they'd gotten injured? They can't take themselves to the hospital. What if a stranger comes by the house and they're kidnapped? Did you consider these things before leaving them by themselves?
Don't try to change the subject by making it all about our kids. What about me and my needs?
I've always prioritized your needs, but not anymore. I've had enough.
What do you mean you've had enough? You should be begging for my forgiveness.
I'm not gonna do that. Please, sign the divorce papers. You don't need to come home.
What? How can you say that to me? You can't kick me out of my own house.
Well, you're the one that left. You've been running away from home at least once a week for most of the year now. Did you think that I didn't know what you've been doing on those days that you weren't home?
What are you talking about?
You didn't think I was smart enough to figure out where you were, doing what? I know everything, so you can't deny it.
Huh? I don't understand what this is about.
You know what I'm talking about. Stop bluffing. Who is he, by the way?
Who is who? What man are you referring to?
Don't pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about. This is your opportunity to leave me for good and be with the other guy out in the open. You don't need to keep it a secret anymore. You were just using me to make me look like the bad guy.
I've no idea what you're talking about. If you're leaving me, you'd better pay me alimony and child support payments.
Yeah, whatever. I saw this coming.
What? You'd better pay up.
I've already discussed it with my lawyer. They told me that I have no obligation to pay you any alimony. You're the one that cheated on me, so you owe me alimony.
What are you talking about? You're the one that asked for the divorce. If you want me to say yes, then you should pay me alimony.
I have a record of all of our chat history. The ones where you repeatedly asked me for a divorce. I can print them and hand them to the court at any time.
Is that a threat?
It's proof that I wasn't the one that asked for a divorce first. Not that I need that proof, since you're the one that's having an affair. You can't get away with not paying me any alimony.
But what about the emotional abuse that you put me through? Things were hard for me too, you know. I didn't sue you for the emotional abuse because I didn't want our children to think any less of you. And you're going to sue me for cheating on you? It's not fair. I'm not going to pay you any money.
Well, you don't have a choice if the court orders you to do so. I also know that you've been stealing money from my bank account and transferring the money into your own.
I don't know what you're talking about. It must be some sort of mistake.
You've been taking out small accounts over the course of months. I'm onto you. I saved up that money before we got married, so it's not yours to take. I'm gonna have to ask you to pay me back for that as well.
Why do I need to do that? Besides, I only took the money to pay for stuff that our kids needed. You didn't give me enough of it to live off of.
I can't believe you would say that because you also took plenty from my main account where my salary is paid. I'm sure that you took the money so that you can use it after you divorce me.
I didn't think we'd be getting divorced so soon. I'm going to ask you to pay me child support payments. That's the least you can do for me.
I'll be more than happy to pay the child support payments if you're going to take good care of our children. I felt obliged to give you child support payments, and I was more than willing to pay until I found out tonight that you left the kids home alone, unattended. Your parenting is reckless. I don't think you care about them. All you care about is yourself.
How the hell can you say that to me?
If you cared about them, you wouldn't leave a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old at home alone. You didn't even lock the door. Do you know how dangerous that is?
That's because
I don't want to hear any more of your excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
They sound like excuses to me. There's no good reason for leaving your 2 young children unattended. You said so yourself at the start of this conversation. You want the kids to be taken care of, so I'll do what you asked me to. They'll be happy with me. I have one thing to ask of you as well. Please divorce me!
Karen rushed home, but Ryan had already left the house with his 2 kids to go see his parents. Ryan took a few days off work and discussed with his parents about the next steps after his divorce from his wife, Karen. Karen came over to her parents-in-law's place and brought her 2 parents with her. They tried to get the children to come home with Karen, but failed miserably. Ryan told everyone about how Karen had cheated on him and tried to blame the reason for divorce on him. Karen's father slapped his daughter's face in anger. Karen's parents apologized to Ryan profusely for their daughter's terrible behavior. But Ryan had already made up his mind about the divorce, and he began the process with the help from his lawyer. He plans on suing Karen's lover as well. It seemed that Karen's lover was also married, so things were going to get ugly. All we hope for is that Sean and Helen still grow up to be happy despite their parents' divorce.
Christy, how you doing? You doing good?
Who is this?
It's me. It's Jonathan.
I don't know anyone by the name Jonathan.
What are you talking about? Forgot your own brother's name?
I don't have any brothers.
What?
I've cut ties with my family at home a long time ago. I don't have any family.
Relax, dude. You're Christy, right? You and I are definitely family. No matter what you do, you can't change that fact.
Okay, and what do you want from me?
Well, I remembered you, and I was wondering if you were doing well.
Why the hell are you asking me that out of the blue? I've nothing to talk to you about. Not a single thing.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. Mom and Dad both want to see you too. How about you come by and say hello next time?
No, seriously, what are you talking about? You're way too late for that. I don't need to remind you that you chased me out of the house with everyone else too. You didn't forget, did you?
I mean, yeah, I guess that did happen, but it's a great memory now, right?
I don't think you understand the meaning of great. Do you realize how much trouble I had to go through because of that?
I know, that must have been really tough.
You don't know anything. Can you stop acting like you understand just to get brownie points? You called me a failure. You suddenly grabbed and packed some of my clothes to chase me out. I had little to no income and I was forced out of my house. I couldn't live alone yet, so I lived in my workplace. I was literally underaged. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I totally do get it, but I thought that doing that to you was the best thing I could do for you.
What? You thought that the best thing you could do was to throw out an 18-year-old girl with no job?
If we didn't do that to you, you never would have been independent. And that's why I talked to Dad and decided to do that with him.
Also, all of the money I had saved up. You used it all without asking me about it at all. I had to start a new life with no actual funds.
Starting from zero is better. It's like it's a completely new life, you know?
What the hell are you talking about? You and Dad are the exact same. You think that just because you're super elite, that the things I do aren't worth anything at all. You called it trash. You even burned everything that I had written down, didn't you?
I just wanted you to rethink your decisions. I knew that you failed college and you were just stuck inside after that. I didn't want to just let you stay inside and rot away.
I didn't get accepted into college because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to a college that I wasn't interested in. I just took the entrance exam because of Dad's status.
You really should stop acting tough. Just come back home already. I've already thought about it twice. I want to start accepting the things that you're doing.
Wow, thank you so much, Your Highness. I have no intention to ever return. I also have zero intention of ever talking to you or my family.
What the hell? You think you can act all tough just because I'm over here being humble? Just come home, damn it!
You literally made me broke. You chased me out of my own home. And no matter how much I was struggling, you never offered to help at all. All of you literally ignored me for 5 long, dreadful years. You're not family anymore. You're nothing more than strangers. You're worse than strangers.
I'm sorry about that. I told you. Dad feels the same way as I do. Let's just talk a little.
About what?
What do you mean about what? About us as a family.
Family? I just told you. We're not family. I know exactly why you decided to reach out to me, too.
Huh?
It's because my novel won several big awards and I'm making a name for myself. And it's going to be made into a real movie. That's why, right?
Well, really? Congratulations on that.
Look at you, pretending not to know. I'm sure you saw it on the news this morning, right?
I mean, did you see the news? You never reported back to us about anything. I didn't know at all. Seriously, congratulations.
Shut the hell up. You realize now all the things that you all called trash and useless? Well, apparently society really loves that trash.
I didn't realize that you had that kind of talent.
Didn't realize or just wasn't interested at all. You and Dad were both only interested in your own work. Mom was just the stereotypical shut up and make me a sandwich type woman. She had zero interest in my happiness. But none of that matters anymore. I actually feel much better. So bye.
Hang on just a sec. How about we just celebrate your award, huh? You just come back home once. Is that clear? How about this weekend?
I'm sorry, I'm busy this weekend. I won't be able to go.
And what about next week?
I'm actually going to be busy every weekend for the rest of my life, so I don't ever want to see you again.
Why the hell not?
How about just being honest with everyone?
What? What are you talking about?
The real reason that you reached out to me today, to the younger sister that you had never reached out to for 5 long years, there has to be some kind of reason that you're contacting me, right?
What are you talking about? I really just wanted to celebrate your awards.
Really? Okay, thanks. That's it. Bye.
Okay, fine. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I need your help.
Is it money?
Yeah, it is. Dad's company is in danger.
And?
I'm the vice president of the company. I'm running the company with Dad, but the company isn't doing well right now. It's just not working out for us. You won an award, though. I'm sure if your novel is going to be made into a movie, you must have had quite a bit of money, right? You loan us a little bit, please.
That's the real reason you contacted me. I knew it this whole time.
I'm begging you. We're family, right?
Why are you in that situation right now?
It's not my fault at all.
I'm sure the second you started actually having important decision-making powers in the company, things started failing, right? I knew that it wouldn't succeed with you running it.
It's true that all this happened after I started running things. It wasn't my fault, though. It's because the clients that I work with are all full of idiots. They started ruining my reputation.
Yeah, the company probably isn't doing well because you're only ever thinking about yourself and not others, right?
What?
That's why you kept losing your trust. I'm sure big-time clients must have ran away from you, right? I knew that you had no talent or skill in running a business at all.
Shut the hell up! Don't act like you know anything! What the hell do you know about any of this?
I don't know anything. I don't even want to know or begin to understand what someone like you thinks of everyone else. I never want to understand what that's like. I also knew something, to be honest with you.
Huh?
The real reason that I was chased out, it wasn't because of Dad and what he thought about me. It was all because of you, right?
What are you talking about?
Well, a year after I was ruthlessly thrown out into the world with nothing to my name, Mom contacted me. She apologized profusely to me. She said that you convinced Dad and that you wanted to help chase me out of my own home. She even said that maybe you just wanted all of Dad's inheritance to yourself. Of course, I didn't think about that at all. I mean, I know it's a little too late and all, but now that I think about it, that makes complete sense. But don't worry about it. I don't care about Dad's inheritance. I'm sure his company is going to go under because of your undoing.
Shut up! Just give me the money. If I can't get over this situation, I can still make a recovery. I'll just cut back on all the newer employees, all of them. Then I don't have to worry about paying them and everything is fine.
Who would want someone with that kind of logic as your own boss? I don't have any intention of loaning you any money. I don't have any intention of meeting you either. Also, have you even read my novel?
No, I haven't, but I just saw it on the news.
I knew it. You never would have contacted me if you had read it at all.
What are you talking about?
Well, the novel actually has everything that you've done to me up until this point. It's literally all written right there. It starts from when we were kids, too, and how you bullied me.
It's fiction anyway. No one would know that it was me.
Did you actually watch the news? I literally told them your real name in the interview.
What?
You might be a popular man for some interesting magazines. I'm sure they're all looking you up as we speak. The movie is going to be released next year, so it's still a little ways away, but I hope your company is still around until then.
What? What the hell are you talking about? You made it so that they could figure out who I am and where I work?
I don't know anything.
Stop messing around with me, you shithead! The company is already in a world of trouble. Why would you try to make the owner look bad? And you call me your family member? You don't feel bad for Dad at all?
Why the hell would I? It doesn't matter. He threw me out all the same, even if it was your idea to begin with. If you're interested in the content, though, maybe you should try to give it a shot. Thank you for your patronage. In Christy's novel, there were a lot of articles about her childhood. How Jonathan had bullied her when she was young and several traumatizing events. By the end of the week after the interview, a lot of paparazzi magazines had figured out the connection between the two of them. Jonathan's public image was completely destroyed, and as a direct result, his company was failing. Her parents would go on to read the novel. They were furious about what their own son did to their daughter. After firing Jonathan from the company, they chased him out of the house as well. Christy had no intention of ever forgiving her parents, however. She didn't go back to their house. But she did promise to invite them to the movie's premiere. Jonathan, on the other hand, had no job or place to live. He looked for a place of work nearby, but since most of the people knew about her novel and the contents, no one wanted to hire him to work for them. Sarah, how are you? The funeral you held for your mother was lovely. It must have been a lot to deal with in such a short time. I'm sure she would have been very happy with it. Thank you for coming to pay your respects, Emily. It means a lot to me that you came all the way to see her. It was a good chance to see Stephen and the grandkids. And what kind of mother-in-law would I be if I didn't go? Thank you. I really am grateful. I regret that you and my mom didn't have much of a chance to see each other when she was alive. Yes, it really is a shame. She was living with you, wasn't she? It was the first time I'd been inside your house, so I was surprised to see how big it was. It's a wonderful home. We already had the kids when we decided to live with my mom's, so we had it built so that it would feel more spacious and open. We knew that the boys would need more space when they grow up, so we took that into consideration too, but it feels so big and empty now that my mom is gone. That must be hard on you. But you're so lucky. Our house is cramped. I feel trapped all the time. I don't know about lucky. You're living with Steven's second eldest brother at the moment, aren't you? Yes, and it's horrible. We're living with Thomas and his wife, but I can't bear her. I don't know why he married someone like her. She does nothing but cause trouble. Really? I haven't spent a lot of time with her before, so I don't really know what she's like. I don't know how she can call herself a wife. She always cuts corners on the chores and she complains all day long. She can't discipline her own child either. He runs around the house screaming and shouting. I can't live in a place like that. I didn't know any of that. What does your husband think? Have you spoken about it with him? That's the problem. She acts like such a good girl when he's around. When he's looking, she's the perfect daughter-in-law. She's so two-faced, it's very annoying. I guess that's why I don't feel like we can get on well. Is that so? That does sound problematic. It was a bad idea to start living with Thomas and his family to begin with. There was no way all of us would fit in such a small house. I don't know how they thought it could work. What do you mean? There's 5 of us. My husband, myself, Thomas, and his wife and son. Of course we can't survive in such a small house. It's only natural that we get stressed out by one another. We all need our own private space. I never knew that the situation was that bad. Is it really that stressful living together? Of course, I'm fine with living with Thomas since he's my own son, but I don't like that woman. She irritates me to no end. Every day there's something new to be annoyed about because she's so noisy about every single little detail. She won't even wash my or my husband's laundry with her families and expects me to do it by myself. Can you believe that? There's no point in living with them if she doesn't do anything for us. We're letting her live with us, so she should be a little more grateful. It's your husband's house, but I heard that Thomas and his wife are paying the gas and electricity bills, aren't they? It's not just the gas and electricity. They're paying for the groceries and other things, too. We provide the house and shelter, so the least they can do is pay for all the necessities. My son and his wife are paying for everything at the moment. That must make it much harder to mention that you're not happy with their attitude. I wonder what you could do. I was wondering about that, too. And I realized when I went to visit yesterday for the funeral, with your house being so big, maybe it would be a better idea if my husband and I moved in with you and Steven. Don't you think that's a wonderful idea? That way we can spend more time with the grandkids, too. We hardly ever see them. Excuse me? My husband and I could move in with you. You've got plenty of space now that your mother's gone. You were saying how it feels big and empty earlier. I'm sure Steven would be happy with that. I don't think that's the problem. First of all, we only just had the funeral. We built this house with the intention of living with my mom, so it's filled with memories of her. And we've already discussed this before with Steven and your husband. I remember that we all decided that we wouldn't move in together, and that you would move in with one of Steven's brothers instead. So you don't mind living with and taking care of your own mother, but you don't feel any obligation towards your in-laws? Do you have a problem with living with me and my husband? Like I said, I didn't decide that alone. I didn't mean anything by it, but my mother did put a lot of money into building this house too. So she had every right to live with us. She's gone now, but the kids will be getting much bigger from now on, so Steven and I have already made up our minds that we'll stick with the first decision and not live with you both. I'm sorry if I've made you feel unwelcome, but that's just what we've decided. And what would you do about your current house? Are you going to give it to Thomas and his wife? I don't want to give them our house, but your house is much bigger and it's new too. It'll be much easier for us to live in. I think it's a good idea for us to move in with you and Steven. I'm really sorry, Emily, but I don't think that's possible. Living together will be a bit difficult for a lot of reasons. Why? What's the matter? What reason could you have to not live with us? Haven't you already spoken to Stephen about this? Stephen himself was saying that he didn't want all of us to live together. He was quite insistent on it. He always said that he didn't want to live together with his parents. This is why I have problems with you all. All 3 of the daughter-in-laws I have, and not one of them is respectful towards me. There's always one of you saying something insensitive like that. I thought that you were better than the other 2, but you're just the same. You don't think of us as family at all, do you? You're horrible. I don't think that at all. The biggest problem is that you have dog allergies. It's got nothing to do with you personally. We just can't have you staying with us when you can have a reaction. We have 2 dogs, so it really isn't possible for you to stay with us. That's why Stephen was so adamant about not living together. We've already gone over this before. I was fine yesterday, so there's no problem anymore. That was because we had the dogs stay with a friend yesterday while we had the funeral. We didn't want them causing trouble, and we knew you were coming, so we took precautions. Then the solution is simple. Why don't you let that friend of yours keep them? That way there'll be no problem for me to live with you. I'm sorry, what? You want us to just give up our dogs? Your husband's parents should be more important than some stupid dogs. Are you being difficult on purpose? If you want to keep your dogs, then you're just being selfish. Why don't you understand that you should prioritize us over everything? Please stop. I've had enough of your ridiculous comments. We won't let you live with us, and that's final. Do you realize that it's not your daughter-in-laws that have the problem, but you yourself? I know that you were living with Keith, your eldest son, until a few years ago. I also heard that you had problems with his wife, too. And that they had to go live elsewhere because of the stress she suffered. They moved out because they didn't want to live with you anymore. That wasn't my fault. You can't blame me for that. That was all her fault. She was flirting with my husband and trying to use him. I just made it clear that there are things she shouldn't do. On top of that, she didn't pay for anything when she first was living with us. She was asking us to pay half of the groceries and pay for half of the bills, just like Thomas's wife. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She was requesting that we pay for things, even though we were letting her live in our house. It's not like she lacked the money. Both her and Keith were working. She could have paid for everything, but no, she was audacious enough to ask us to pay for half. I think that's normal. I don't understand what you're complaining about. Pardon? If you're going to live together, then it's only a matter, of course, that everyone puts some money forward. We were letting her live in our house. Why should we pay for anything? She should have been grateful she had a home. Why don't any of you understand that? All you want is money. My mom was paying for her own groceries and things. It was only fair since she was able to work still and had savings. It helped out a lot. She paid part of the cost of building this house and bought her own furniture instead of asking us to buy things she wanted. I don't care what your mother did, and Thomas is fine with paying for everything. Keith and his wife should have done the same. They're the ones being unreasonable. I heard that your husband is paying part of the bills at the moment. What are you talking about? Didn't you know? Because of the trouble you had with Keith and his wife, your husband's been paying for half of the bills and the groceries in secret. He's been handing it directly to Thomas. I didn't know that. Nobody told me anything about that. Why would he do that behind my back? He was apologizing to your son's wives on your behalf. Why? Why should he apologize? There's nothing to apologize for. He was apologizing because of the way you treated them and how you accused them of being gold diggers because they wanted you to pay for your own part. Even though it's not like you would be paying from your own pocket, you don't even work. So the one that would be paying is your husband. He apologized for how you forced them to cover all the bills and asked them to forgive you for your attitude. The only reason why they're being patient with you is because your husband is being so sincere. That's ridiculous. I'm right. Why should he apologize when I'm only saying what needs to be said? I just got a reply from Stephen and he told me to tell you that he'll call you when he gets back home from work. Stephen said that he'll call me about moving in with you and about your inappropriate comments, I think. Are you kidding? What inappropriate comments? It's only been a week since my mom passed away, but you're already talking about moving in because our house is much nicer and bigger. Don't you think that that's a bit too insensitive? I haven't been able to call or talk to him in person about it yet, but I can tell that Stephen's pretty angry. Isn't he going to talk about moving in together? Of course not. There's another major reason why he said that he never wanted you to live with us. It's not just about the dog allergy you have. It's because you stressed Keith's wife out so much that she got depressed. I haven't done anything like that. Whatever happened to that woman was her own fault. Day in, day out, whenever you saw her, all you did was complain about the things she did. You talked loudly about her behind her back and didn't give her a moment of peace. Even though she was working full-time, she still pulled off doing all the chores, cooking, grocery shopping, all because you complained that she wasn't doing enough. She worked so hard to get you to like her, but nothing worked. I heard that you often threw away the dinners that she made for you and cooked your own. No wonder Steven doesn't want you to live in the same house as me. I was still young back then. I couldn't help it. That's your excuse for driving a person to depression? Do you really think that that's acceptable? It's about time you answered for what you've done. What are you talking about? Is anyone at home with you today? Now that you mention it, it seems awfully quiet. Thomas's wife and his son are always so noisy, but I don't hear anything. I wonder if they've gone out. What about someone much closer to you? Someone much more important? Wait, I don't think my husband is home. I'm completely alone. Do you know where Richard is? He hardly ever goes out this late. What's going on? I hate to be the one to tell you, but your husband and Thomas's family have decided that they're going to move out. What? I don't understand. We have a home right here. It's small, but there's no need to buy another place. My husband and I can move in with you and everything will be perfect. They say that they're going to move into a bigger apartment, just the four of them. You can't be serious. I haven't heard anything like that. I don't think they've told you. What am I supposed to do? Where do I go? The people you consider noisy have moved out for you, so you can stay in the house you've always lived in. Legally, it's your husband's, but if it's you by yourself, I'm sure it'll feel much bigger. That's what you wanted. I'm sure you'll be more comfortable by yourself. Who's going to take care of me? What am I supposed to do? Cook and clean and do grocery shopping all by myself? Why isn't anyone picking up the phone? I don't understand. They've all abandoned me. I guess they all got tired of enduring your abuse. We don't live too close, so I've never had to spend a lot of time with you. So I haven't experienced it firsthand, but it looks like you caused a lot of suffering for the people around you. And since you have no consideration for the fact that I'm currently in mourning, I can only think that you're as self-centered as I've heard. I can empathize, but I can't imagine how your other sons' wives must have felt with you in their homes. It's unpleasant just thinking about it, so I think I'd like to keep my distance as well. I found divorce papers on the living room table. Sarah, what should I do? How can I make them come back? I can't do anything by myself. I think you should give your husband the divorce and let them live in peace. It means you have to pay all the bills and do all the housework by yourself. But that's what you get for not being thankful for all the support you've had up until now. Your husband is graciously letting you live in the house he bought after all. Why shouldn't you pay for everything yourself? Thomas and his family moved out with Richard into an apartment, leaving Emily alone in her husband's house. The apartment they moved into wasn't as big as their old home, but they were able to live in peace and stress-free. So they all got on well and took care of one another. On the other hand, Emily had no choice but to divorce her husband at a late age. She tried begging Stephen and Keith for help, but her eldest son had already had enough of his own mother after she caused his wife to get depression and had cut ties with her a long time ago. He didn't answer any of her calls or her pleas for help. Stephen was furious with his mother after he found out how insensitive she had been towards his wife and told her to never call them ever again. Because of her own actions and her attitude towards the people that loved her, Emily ended up living a solitary life. Ria, I have something important to discuss with you. What is it? It's important. What time are you coming home tonight? I'm out now, so I don't think I'll be home until very late. Can we speak tomorrow? Where are you and what are you doing? I'd like you to come home as soon as possible so that we can talk. It's really important that we talk tonight. But I told you I'm out. Can't this wait? Or better yet, can you speak to Kevin about it? By the way, are you at the house right now? I am. I'll be waiting for you at my parents' house. I want you to come home as soon as possible. Where's Kevin today? He's still at work and hasn't come home yet. Where are you now? Do I have to tell you that? I don't think that's something that I need to share with you. Where you go is not my business, but if it's not that important, I'd like you to prioritize family today. I'd like you to come home right away. What's going on? If it's so urgent, can't you just tell me now? Fine, I'll ask you over chat. What did you do with my father's bank book? Huh? What bank book are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? The fact that you're lying about it means that you're guilty. I was shocked to find out what you did, and used all of his money without asking for permission. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're being ludicrous. Can you ask Kevin about it? Don't involve Kevin. We know that you did it on your own. If you're not going to confess, we could just report it to the police. Is that a threat? Why are you making such a big deal about a lost bank book? Your father has gone senile and he probably lost his bank book. I'm sure of it. I'm sure he's not even looking for it. My father is not senile and he also suspects that you took his bank book from him. You don't know that he's senile because you don't live with him. He's very forgetful these days. The issue is not whether my father is forgetful or not. We found the missing bank book in your room. What? Well, if you found it, what's the problem? The room also belongs to Kevin. I'm not the only one that uses that room. How could you go into our room without permission? That's an invasion of privacy. You're the one committing a crime here, not me. You don't seem to get it. My father called me to say that his bank book was missing, and then I spoke to Kevin about it. So you already spoke to Kevin then? If you already got in touch with him, why get in touch with me too? Kevin gave me permission to go into your room. Well, I certainly didn't give you permission to go through my stuff. And I found the missing bank book in one of the drawers. You took the bank book that had the most money in it. And I saw that you had taken all the money out. What did you do with the money? Why are you asking me? I don't know. I'm sure that your father used the money for something and forgot about it. Either way, this has nothing to do with me. I see. If that's how you're going to play it. My father is clearly in distress because of what you did to him. You used up all the money that he had saved for his post-retirement. How many times do I have to tell you? It wasn't me. Don't blame me. You don't have any proof. You need to calm down. I think you're the one that needs to calm down. The way you write your chats isn't a style that is used by most people in their 30s. You need to grow up a little. My friends tell me that I sound young for my age. I'm sure that they're complimenting me. I don't think they're complimenting you. You committed a crime. Even if you're married to my brother, it's a crime if you take a family member's money without their consent. Why do you think I did it? It wasn't me. Who else could it be? This is serious. You committed a crime. I went to the bank with my father. They told us that a woman had come into the bank several times with my father's bank seal and taken out money from the account. They showed me that person's signature and it was your name on the papers. Oh, so you know then. I didn't think the bank would show the signed papers to anyone. Don't they know what client confidentiality means? Well, the account belongs to my father, so I think he has every right to know who took money from his account. What did you use the money for? Why do I need to tell you that? Your father lives on his own, and it's not like he needed the money for anything. He doesn't have to provide for your mother anymore, and Kevin pays some money to your father as rent. So he won't miss any of the money that I spent. It's not like he can take the money with him when he dies. I was just helping him to make good use of his money. You're not making any sense to me. What I mean is there's no point in having all this money if you're not going to use it. Your father should be thanking me for using his money. I really don't understand your logic. It makes no sense to me. You committed a serious crime and I'm going to report it to the police. But this is a family matter. Why do you need to bring the police into this? I live under the same roof as your father, so his things are mine and my things are his. It's okay to share because we're family. The police won't take this seriously. Considering the amount that you stole, this is a big deal. I think that it makes sense to involve the police because my father never agreed to give you his money. I've already spoken to Kevin about this. Well, I'm sure that Kevin can pay back your father from his salary. It's not a big deal. I don't work, so I can't pay back the money even if I wanted to. Is this a joke to you? Do you think that this is funny? Like I said earlier, I only spent the money because your father had no use for it. I did him a favor. I'm sure that if your father understands where I'm coming from, he'd want to thank me. So you have no remorse for what you did. You stole money and you have the nerve to say that you did something good? You're unbelievable, you know that? You're not listening to me. I've been listening, but you're not making any sense. And my father tells me that you're always out and never at the house. If you don't work, what do you do all day? That's not something that I need to share with you. You don't help with the chores at all, so my father's been taking care of the house on his own. You don't even cook for my father or Kevin. They eat takeout every night. Do you even care about their health? Do I have to prepare the meals by myself? I buy their dinner and leave it on the table so they can eat it when they like. What's the problem here? I had no idea that you and your father were saying mean things about me behind my back. I'm very hurt. I know that you're at the casino right now. What? I know that you have a gambling addiction. Kevin told me about it, and he also told me that you promised that you'd stop gambling when you guys got engaged. Kevin believes that you've been keeping your promise to him, but if he knew that you were at the casino right now, what would he think of you? What casino are you at? Fine, I won't deny it. I'm at the casino. I didn't win any money today, so I'm taking a break and chatting with you. You're delusional. Kevin is also crazy for falling in love with you. You were his first serious girlfriend, so he didn't know any better. Kevin loves me for who I am. Kevin has agreed to take this matter to the police. I'm sure that Kevin will talk to you after he gets off work, but he wants to divorce you. So you should be prepared for that. Huh? A divorce? Kevin would never leave me. He loves me too much. I don't think that Kevin feels the same way. What? Kevin did love you very much, but when he found out that you stole his father's money, he was shocked to see the least. And if he finds out that you're still gambling, basically he married a liar. So you used our father's hard-earned money on gambling. It's unforgivable. Look, I haven't spoken to Kevin yet, and you're putting words in his mouth. I'm going to clear the air with Kevin when I see him later. You can say what you want, but I won't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Right back at you. Yeah, whatever. You can make up all the excuses that you want, but I won't believe a word that you say to me. The only thing I ask is that you return the money that you stole and that you move out of the house. I never want to see your face again. I live there. You can't kick me out of my own house. We can't let you back into the house. You might steal something. I'm going to stay with my father and Kevin tonight, so if you want to try to come home, I won't let you in. Why don't you sleep outside, you ungrateful bitch? Rhea came home from the casino, but her sister-in-law, Ariel, wouldn't let her into the house. She was taken to the police station after Ariel called the police on her. Kevin apologized to his father for what his wife had done. After a family discussion, Kevin decided to divorce Rhea and report the stealing of his father's money to the police. Rhea didn't have a place to live, a job, or any savings, so she was desperate to get Kevin to forgive her and take her back. But Kevin no longer wanted anything to do with her and shut her out completely. It seems that a difficult future lies ahead for Rhea. Miss Angelica, good morning. Good morning. Do you have a second? Yeah, sure. Is there a problem? Wow, you're up early. Huh? What do you mean? I figured you'd be asleep at a time like this. Huh? Why would you think that? I made William breakfast as soon as I woke up, and I just sent him off to kindergarten. Is something wrong? You sent him off today, did you? Your husband comes more frequently than you do, right? You think so? I think it's about half and half. We share each other's duties, so... Ah, I see. Yeah, we both work. It's so that we don't get overloaded with stress, you know? We share our work. Is there a problem? I heard some strange rumors recently. What about? I'm sorry for asking such a strange question, but... You work... night jobs, right? What? I mean, I work night shift, sure. Is that a problem? Wow, you really just admit it that easily. How were you able to admit such a thing so easily? With no shame? Huh? What are you talking about? I can't believe that I have the same kindergarten as someone who would be willing to admit such a thing that proudly. I've never met anyone like that in my life before. I'm sorry. I don't really understand what you're talking about. What exactly are you trying to say? It's okay. I've heard enough. What? I understand the kind of person you are now. That's why you live in a house that big. It's really not that big. The acreage isn't really any different from the other houses in the neighborhood. We actually just chose the colors to make it look a little bigger than it actually is. You use the money that you make from that kind of work. Aren't you embarrassed to build a house using that kind of dirty money? That kind of work? I'm actually incredibly proud of my job and my work. Why are you sitting here telling me about my own job? I'm worried about my kids, about the effect you'll have on them by being around them. I can't stand it, to be honest with you. Have you thought about the kids at all? Huh? I think about it all the time. You don't think you're doing your own son, William, a disservice? He's alone at night, right? He's never alone at night. While I'm out working, my husband looks after him. William really loves his dad. There really are no issues there. He's just acting tough because he doesn't want to show you his weak side. Huh? William is only 5 years old and he's trying so hard to hide his feelings. I feel so bad for him. I don't know if he's holding back his feelings at all, but I definitely don't think it's something that you should be talking about, Jessie. Why are you talking about this out of the blue? I told you already, I'm worried. If William starts holding things in and ends up a stressed little boy, he's going to start having an effect on the kids around him, right? That's why I was worried, but if his mother is like this, then I don't think there's any chance to make things right again. Make things right? Talk about what? I'm just saying that you're kind of a nuisance. Please don't ever talk to my kid or any other kid. Just leave us all alone from now on. Do you understand? What the hell are you talking about? Who do you think you are? Do you really think you have any right to tell me any of that? Not just you, William too. Be sure to tell him. What? William too. Make sure you don't let him hang out with my child or anyone else's child. Do you understand? What the hell are you talking about? You must be smoking something. Kids should be free to hang out with whoever they like. It's a bad influence. Please do not do that to us. You can talk shit about me all you like, but it has nothing to do with William. And what the hell are you talking about bad influence? I can't believe your husband either. How could he let his wife do such a shameful job? And he has the audacity to show up and send off his son to kindergarten. Is it because he doesn't make enough money from his job? Is that why you have to put yourself through that mess? That's not at all what's going on. I do this because I love my job. I have no intention of ever quitting either. I already spoke to my husband about it and we both agreed it was fine. He agrees with my decision to work too. Also, he doesn't do too bad for himself and provides for us fine. You don't have to worry about me, seriously. I see. Then I won't be saying anything else to you, but about my son and William. I will make sure that they are never able to play with each other again. Do you understand me? I don't know why you're saying that they can't hang out anymore, but if that's what you want to do with your child, then I can't really say anything about it. I understand. I won't be able to stop you. Yes, because that's what I'm going to do. I will be telling all of the other mums as well. You understand that, right? Huh? Are you trying to isolate William completely? Why are you so intent on doing that? Some random child living with a mum who works the night. I'm sure that child will grow up to be a shitty person. I'm not sure why I have to be scolded for working nights. I really don't understand where you're coming from. You work night jobs, and you still somehow try to deal with kids. I don't understand that at all. Working in adult work. You're not even a single mom. How could you do such a thing? What? Adult work? I know about it. You always go out in the afternoon. I've seen you go out a few times. You go out to work even on the weekends. You must be doing some kind of adult work, right? I'm sorry. That's what you meant by working nights? I understand now that you've completely misunderstood me. I do work night shifts, yes. But I don't do any adult work, no. Then what the hell do you do? You can try to come up with excuses if you like. These aren't excuses. I run a small tutoring school in front of the station. Uh-huh. We accept students up to high school. Most weekdays, I work night shifts as a result. My school takes on kids from K to 12th grade. Most of the kids want to come on weekends, though. That's why I'm often leaving for work on the weekends. I've been working before I ever had kids, and they had just allowed me to run the school. I really can't just up and quit, you know? I try my best to take off the weekends, but you're right. Maybe William was a little lonely on the weekends or nights. Tutoring? Like, for regular schools? Yeah, exactly. I end up leaving for work at night often. I think people might misunderstand why, but I really don't think your imagination has led you to the right answer. So you run it. I mean, they hired me to run it. But yeah, I run as the school director for that class. Seriously? You can not believe me all you want, but if you look up the school name on the internet, you'll find a photo of me as the school director on the website. You're kidding me, right? You don't do adult work? I told you a few times already. No, I don't. But you don't want anyone who works nights to deal with kids at all, right? I agree. Let's make sure that happens. No, wait. I think I must have had some kind of misunderstanding. I see. You do some kind of tutoring program. What age are kids able to go to your school? Well, the youngest I have right now is 5 years old. I teach my own kid at home, so I don't have any intention of making him go to our school. But if he ever decides that he wants to go too, I might take him with me. I don't know. And do you guys teach Japanese by chance? Well, we mainly tutor Japanese and math, so yeah, we can definitely handle that. I see. Just wondering, if I know you as a friend, does that mean I'm able to receive a discount? Yeah, I definitely discount fees charged to my friends. We also have a special discount for when you bring new students. I see. I'm sorry that I misunderstood. Let's make sure to stay great friends from now on too, okay? Huh? Yeah, no. In your dreams, lady. What? What do you mean? You said it yourself. You said that you don't want anything to do with me. You don't want me to have anything to do with any of your kids, right? Wait, hang on. That was because of the misunderstanding. Do you understand? Well, that's fine. I don't want my kids to deal with you either. Someone who would judge another human being for the work that they do. That's seriously not what I intended to do. I just thought that you were doing adult work. That's exactly what I mean. What are you talking about? What did I ever do to you? You talked down to another person's career. You even started complaining about someone else's family. You're that kind of person. I don't want to deal with a person like that. I want to make sure my kid learns Japanese too, though. Can you please give us a discount? I don't mind if our kids hang out because they're friends, but I really don't like you, Jessie. I definitely don't consider you to be a friend of mine anymore. If you're ever interested in joining our school, you will be paying full price. I was a little worried that I might have been too mean to Jessie, but... After that day, Angelica started to completely ignore Jessie entirely. To add to it, she made sure the kids stopped playing with each other too. She was going to make it abundantly clear that she was avoiding Jessie. Angelica handed out discount coupons to all of her friends other than Jessie. Apparently all of the other mums tried their best to get along with Angelica. It was almost poetic. It's a mum-eat-mum world out there.
Hey Sarah, have you calmed down a little bit? I'm really sorry about yesterday. I think that mom and dad didn't mean to make you feel bad or anything.
I don't think this is something I'm going to just calm down from.
I know. I'm sure you're still pissed off, but just come home, okay? Let me explain everything, okay?
I don't want to listen to any more explanations. I'm just in shock right now. I don't even want to talk to you.
Don't be like that. Come on, we're engaged, right?
I don't know. I need to think about that too.
What? You literally said yes to me last month.
But if I had gone to your parents' house before you proposed to me, I might not have said okay to it at all.
What the hell is that about? You're saying that my parents are the problem here? All this over something that may have bothered you at my parents' house. You're gonna throw out the engagement over that?
If you marry, that means that our families will become families. I don't think I can do that kind of thing, to be honest with you.
Don't be like that. As far as yesterday, my parents definitely had some faults. I want to explain everything, so just come home, okay? Besides, I'm literally apologizing right now, okay?
I don't think it's something I can just forgive you after a little bit of apologizing. Just because you apologize doesn't really change anything either. I don't even really like the attitude that you had at your parents' house yesterday either.
What are you talking about? It's really not that big of a deal, is it? Were you really that sensitive of a person? Oh, you're seriously so much work.
You're saying that I'm so much work? Do you really understand what kind of damage you all caused yesterday?
Yes, I understand. That's why I keep apologizing to you. You're getting a little annoying now. You really should start reconsidering how you think.
What? Me? I'm the one that needs to start reconsidering my thoughts. Just to be perfectly clear here, your son's fiance comes over to say her greetings before getting married, and then your own dad throws hot tea on her? That's not normal.
I'm sorry. Dad really didn't mean anything by it either.
If he really did that without thinking that it would be something bad, then that's also pretty terrifying as well. I'm pretty scared to think about your own mum who was just standing there watching us too.
Don't talk so bad about my family, okay? You really have a bad habit of focusing on the negative things. You should really fix that, you know?
What? Are you freaking crazy? I had hot tea thrown onto me. And me complaining about that means that I'm focusing on the negative things? That's literally what I should be complaining about. I don't think that there's anything that's possibly good about that situation.
Don't think much about it, okay? Dad and Mom were just worried about me. They just wanted to protect me.
Protect you from what, moron? Not only did I have hot tea thrown at me, why the hell were you standing there laughing while I was burning?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. It was just a situation I hadn't encountered before, so I just couldn't help but laugh.
I was literally burned by the tea. Did you even know about that?
Yeah, I was worried about you after I realized what was happening.
Yeah, you were. You really pretended to be worried about me, didn't you?
It wasn't pretending!
You were definitely pretending. While I was running around screaming that it was hot, you were just laughing at me the whole time. I really felt like you were the worst person on the planet.
I said I'm sorry. It was just a little funny.
It's not funny at all. I really thought that you were just as crazy as they were.
Oh, what are you talking about? Me too. You trying to say that my parents are insane?
Yeah, I am. I think they're certifiably insane. I didn't even mention the best part. After I ran out because I was pissed off after having hot tea thrown on me, you didn't even bother chasing me out of the house to check on me, did you? That's when I knew that this wasn't going to work out.
What do you mean not work out? You were seriously pissed off. I figured that it would be better to let you cool off for a bit, no pun intended. You didn't even come home yesterday. I was really worried, you know?
Thank you for worrying so much about me, but I have no intention of ever returning.
Huh? What about the apartment? You gonna leave even though we live together?
Yes, I'm going to pack my things and leave. You can also consider this whole engagement called off.
Wait, hang on a second. I'm sorry, I'll explain everything. Just hear me out, okay?
I don't have anything else to talk about.
I have my reasons. Mom and Dad and what they did yesterday. It was all just actually, you know, a prank. It was a surprise.
What? A prank?
Yeah, I'm a guy. I'm also an only child, right? So my dad can't say things like, I'm never gonna let you have my daughter. That's why he said he really wanted to try saying that this time around. I do think that he went a little too far by throwing tea on you, but that's why I couldn't help but chuckle a little bit.
Hang on a second. Wait, so you knew that would happen? That they would say crap like that to me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mom knew about it too. But the plan was that he would yell, I'm never gonna let you have my son! And then we were all gonna say that it was all just a prank.
Uh-huh.
But then Dad had to get carried away by everything. He threw the hot tea on you. So I couldn't help but laugh. Mom was also trying to hold back her laughter. She just didn't say anything because she was trying not to laugh.
Are you shitting me right now?
Huh? I mean, I was goofing around a little bit yesterday, but it was funny, right? As soon as you figured out that it was a prank, you thought it was a little funny too, right? Be honest.
What are you talking about? Are you still messing with me? Do you ever stop messing around at all? I think you should stop messing around as a family. I have no intention of ever forgiving any of you.
What? I told you it was a prank! My dad and mom are both okay with us getting married too. They're super happy about it all.
I'm not going to get married to you after all this.
Why the hell not? The whole thing about I'm not gonna let you take my son is a joke. You understand the meaning of a joke, right? It was all just a prank.
To you and your family, it might just be a joke. To me, it isn't a prank or a joke at all. I already spoke to my parents too.
To your parents?
They're pretty up in arms too. They said that there's no way that they could get along with that kind of family. They're not the only ones either. We're really not going to be able to see eye to eye, ever.
Why the hell not? It's just a joke. You're seriously gonna call off the engagement over a joke like that? I feel like that's the worst prank of them all.
This is not a prank. It was the first time in my life that I've ever had tea thrown on me. And it was all basically boiling hot tea. My face was okay, but my hands are a little burned. You're seriously the worst.
Seriously? Look, I'm sorry about that. But just understand that my dad really didn't have any bad intentions. I'm sorry, okay? Let's have a fun life together. You gotta be able to joke around to have fun in life, right?
Personally, dating you at all was just a joke anyway.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why I was dating you. I don't know why I ever said yes to getting married to you. It all makes sense now.
Calm down, okay? I'll give you a little more time to calm down. Once you calm down at your parents' house, come back.
I'm not going to go back, but my parents will be going over today.
What?
They're pretty pissed off, and you're going to be paying for all of my treatment for my burns.
Oh, you're exaggerating. I'm sure it was just a tiny little burn, right?
Even if it was a little burn, you guys should be really taught a lesson of how big a mistake you all made. Your whole family is seriously a little too stupid.
What do you expect? It was the first time I ever brought over a fiance. It was all a first-time thing for my family, too. Marriage is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, too.
I see. I'll just take this as a thank you for letting me know before we got married.
Are you seriously gonna let go of the engagement?
I want you to really consider what you've done. Please repent and think about all the guilty things you've done to me. I can't think of a single reason I'd still want to be with you.
I didn't think you were that kind of girl. Don't worry about it, I'm gonna reject you anyway. It was just like my mom had told me.
Huh?
There's no way a 29-year-old woman who isn't married yet is good. That's so true. You're seriously just a leftover. You're never gonna get married for the rest of your life. What a loser.
I'm okay that we don't have to get married. I'm glad that your family doesn't have a woman that would call herself your wife.
Just kidding, I'm just joking, seriously.
Huh?
Was that funny, my joke? I don't think about that, of course. Did you laugh? Come back already! Let's enjoy life together!
That really pushed me over the edge. Thank you, actually.
Huh? Was that not funny?
You can just keep saying your stupid jokes that aren't funny at all for the rest of your life. Bye. Sarah's parents went to Christopher's house after that. They demanded an apology from them. Christopher's parents seemed to be fooling around and not taking it seriously the whole time, but maybe Sarah's dad yelling from the top of his lungs made them realize the gravity of what they'd done. They called out Christopher and immediately started begging. They paid almost twice the treatment fees. The burn wasn't bad at all, and there were no scars left behind. It was a little sad that Sarah had dated someone for 2 years, only to have to meet that whole terrible family. She decided to just focus on her work and career. Christopher had kept contacting Sarah, trying to get her back on the good side and making jokes. But Sarah had already blocked Christopher, so she's never going to have to read those terrible text messages again.
I've got really good news. Wayne's gotten a job. And guess what? He's going to be earning enough money for us now, so we don't need you anymore. You can leave and do whatever you like. He's finally gotten a job? That's great. I was starting to worry that he would never become independent. It's been 2 years since he graduated from college, but in all that time, he hasn't done anything. It would have been a waste of his education if he just sat around sleeping and eating and surfing the net all day long like he's been doing. So this is a great start. I hope he can make the most of what he learned from college and do something that he loves. He's still young, so he's got to experience more of the outside world. Where did he get the job? There's no need to talk about your little brother like that. What do you mean? I just said what I thought. I'm wishing the best for him, and lounging around at home with me paying for everything he eats and you doing all the housework for him isn't what's best for him. He needs this job. You're his big sister. Can't you be happy for him? I don't understand how you could be so cold. He worked so hard in college, so of course he deserves some time to rest and enjoy his own time before getting a job. You didn't even get into college, remember? So don't act so high and mighty. You're just a high school graduate. Didn't get into college? That's how you remember it? That's a fairly lopsided memory of what actually happened. It's not that I couldn't advance to college because I didn't have the grades, and it's not like I didn't want to go. I did want to go. Like, badly. First off, no one would pay for my tuition and entrance fees, and I couldn't even set up a student loan because I couldn't get someone to be my co-signer. On top of that, I couldn't even use the money I had saved up for my part-time job to attend a short course because I had to get a job. And the reason that I had to get a job was because someone was complaining that I was living off of them, namely you, Mom. I had to give up going to college and had to earn money to help pay for the bills because you asked me to, Mom. No, you coerced me. I didn't have a choice if you weren't going to help me pay the fees. I've been working ever since I graduated from high school and putting all my salary into this house. I've given up a lot, and you want to look down on me for being a high school grad? You must be joking. So what if I stopped you? You wouldn't have been able to graduate like Wayne did anyway. I knew that it would be a waste of money to send you, so I got you to do something more worthwhile. You should be thankful that I saved you 4 years of your life. Anyway, you shouldn't make such a big deal about the salary you make. It's practically pocket money. Don't be so big-headed. You can stop bragging when you make more money. Until then, you don't have the right to act like you're better than your brother. Pocket money? Are you being serious? I work hard to make money, and I think I can say that you're pretty much living off of the food that I buy with that salary and warmed up because of the electricity bills that I pay. And you think you can look down on it as pocket money? You've got to be kidding me. Just how special do you think you are? Even though you only went to high school. Why don't you just acknowledge that you're not as smart or skilled as you like to make yourself out to be? I've been putting $2,000 into this house every month for the past 10 years. I think I'm entitled to a little bit of gratitude. Don't you think anything of the sacrifices I've made? Gratitude? For what exactly? I think you'll have to remind me what I'm supposed to feel grateful for. When I first started working, I wasn't making a lot of money, but I knew that I had to work harder so we wouldn't have to worry about buying things we wanted. So I did my best to get promoted and finally got a pay raise a few years after I started working. But ever since my salary increased, I've been paying for almost everything every month without fail for 10 whole years. I hardly ever spent money on myself and never complained. Even when I couldn't buy the clothes I wanted and couldn't go on holiday with my friends. I only recently started earning enough to put aside some money for myself, but even that's not a lot. You can't expect me to save a lot when over 95% of my salary goes towards this house. And you don't think you have to feel grateful? It's not like I expect you all to thank and bow down to me, but I definitely didn't expect you to be this indifferent to the sacrifices I'm making. Don't you feel anything at all? No, I really don't understand what you expect from me. It's only natural that you should take care of your family, don't you think? You shouldn't be so selfish. Anyway, I don't understand how you can make such a big deal over such a pathetic amount of money. Whether you put that money into paying the bills or not, it doesn't make any difference. More importantly, you should be grateful that I'm still letting you live in this house. You're already a grown adult, so you should be living by yourself or getting married, but you still haven't left. I am grateful, Mom. That's why I've been paying for everything. Then don't act so arrogantly over $2,000. I gave birth to you, so there's no reason for me to be grateful to you. So don't expect me to ever say thank you. I swear on my life that I won't ever say thank you. You don't have to swear on your own life or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work. I've got a meeting that I've got to prepare for and I'm pretty busy, so we can talk about this another time. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got a business trip next week, so I'll be out of the house for a few days. I thought I should let you know now before I forget to mention it again. You're going on a business trip? You don't even make that much money, and you have to make trips for your company? Instead of working for a company that's so cheap and makes you work so hard, why don't you find a better place to work? A place that actually pays you more money. Though, considering how useless you are, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the best you can do. You're already 30 years old, you know. You've got to find someone to marry instead of spending all your time working at a company that doesn't even pay you enough. At this rate, you're going to grow old and die alone without ever becoming independent and making a family of your own. You should find someone while you're still young. Do you really have to talk to me like that? Like the choices I've made mean nothing? I don't regret focusing on my career and I enjoy my job. Right now, I just want to save some money for myself so I can make the most of the time that I have. I'll look for someone when I feel like it, so can you leave me alone about that? There's nothing to rush. I'm going back to work. I'll see you later.
Hey, Maya. Can you lend me some money?
Again? No way. I don't have any more money to spare this month. I've already lost count of the number of times you've asked me for money these last few weeks. You can't keep on coming to me for money, Wayne. I don't know what it is that you want, but you should start saving up money yourself. I heard you got a job from Mom, so you don't have any excuses anymore. It's a good chance for you to learn how to budget your own money and to use the stuff you want as motivation to work. Unlike Mom, I'm not going to baby you forever. You've got to start standing on your own 2 feet from now on, okay? I'm saying this for your sake.
Jeez, Maya. You really sound like an old woman. I thought you were still 30. But if you're going to lecture me like that, I'm going to get you confused with Mom. I got a job, but it's not like I'm making a lot. I still don't have a lot of money. I just wanted a job so that I could get away from Mom and spend more time away from home. You're not here during the day, so you don't know it, but she's really annoying.
Even so, it's good that you got a job. She won't bother you so much and you'll have your own money. You can even move out if you wanted to. Mom's got a bad habit of being overprotective of you. Personally, I think you need to learn to take care of yourself instead of having Mom do everything for you. It'll be a good chance for you to become independent. Well, that's if she'll let you out of her sight. She might freak if her precious baby bird announces he wants to move out of the nest.
Freak? She'll have a total meltdown. Oh yeah, about moving out. Why are we moving to another house all of a sudden?
Huh? What do you mean?
We're moving house next week, right? Mom didn't tell me why, and all she would say is that she found a better place. But I don't get why we're moving next week. Can't we have more time before we move? Plus, my part-time job's closer to the address we have now, so I wish she would have warned me before deciding.
What? She never told me that we're moving. Are you sure that's what she said?
Huh? You didn't know? That's weird. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And did you just say part-time? I thought you got a full-time job somewhere.
Does that matter? A job's a job.
Seriously? Hang on. I still have some work to finish off, but I'm not done with you. There's a lot of questions I want to ask, so I'll call you later.
Hey, what about my allowance?
I don't have anything to give you, Wayne. Save up your own money. But I'll think about buying you dinner. What do you think?
Really? Thanks. I've been so broke, I haven't been out to eat in ages. But you can't take it back. You already promised to buy me dinner, alright?
Yeah. But don't expect anything fancy. I'm only taking you to the cheap family restaurant down the street. When we meet up, you've got to tell me everything about this new job you have and what you've heard from Mom about moving house. Maya, we've all moved without you. What? There's no point in living with someone that doesn't even earn that much money, so we've all moved out. When you get back home from your business trip, you won't have anywhere to live. If you really want to live with us, you'll have to earn twice as much as you do right now. Otherwise, we have no use for you. Do you understand? If you don't want to be out on the street, you'll have to work harder. And that might be hard for someone who didn't even go to college, but that's not my problem. Are you being serious? You moved out because you think I don't make enough money? That I haven't put enough money into paying the bills? And you're telling me to make double of what I'm getting right now? What's wrong with you? Do I really mean that little to you? Is money really all you think about? There's nothing wrong with me. You just don't make enough money. So if you want me to tell you what our new address is, you should do whatever it takes to increase your salary. Even if that means finding a new job or a rich husband who will take care of us. If not, I'm not telling you. And I'll have to disown you for being disobedient and not being a good child to your parents. You must be joking. Are you trying to threaten me? I'm not joking at all. I'm absolutely serious. Wayne's gotten a job, and of course he'll be earning a lot more because unlike you, he actually had the grades to go to college. We don't need your pathetic salary if we've got him taking care of us. But if you manage to earn as much as he does, we might think about letting you live with us all. Mom, I get that you must think that I'm desperate to live with you guys, but to be honest, I don't really care. You can threaten me all you like, but I'm not going to fall for it. I like my job, and I don't have a problem with my current salary, so I'm not going to do anything you say. Oh, really? Fine. Then you'll have to make do, all alone. But are you really sure you don't want to know where we've moved? If you're adamant about staying in that low-standard job of yours, you'll be stuck with the minimum wage forever. On top of that, if you lose the house, you won't have anywhere to live. Where are you going to live if you don't come and stay with us? You'll be out on the streets, all alone, without any shelter or warmth. And once you lose a place to live, you won't be able to go to work anymore. You'll lose your family, your home, and the chance to find a new, better job, all in one go. Just because you've convinced yourself that you're better than us. But in reality, I'm sure you'll suffer a lot without us. Are you sure you want to risk that? Just imagining how lost you'll be is making me laugh. You realize that you barely sound like a mother anymore? You've moved house with the intent of making me homeless, or at least threatening me with it so I'll bring home more money. Say whatever you like about my methods. I'm saying all this for your sake. You should be making more money at your age, and after everything I've done for you, I deserve it. Have you forgotten that I gave birth to you, raised you, and fed you? I'm just disciplining you so that you'll learn to feel gratitude for the things people have done for you. Gratitude? You want to teach me a lesson on gratitude? The person who said that she would never say thank you to me for the work I've done and the money that I've put into this house? I've been thankful for you raising me. Always. But I don't understand why I have to be looked down on like that. I've done my best up until now, and I can't find any reason why I have to be treated like this, even if you are my mom. You're the one who should show more gratitude for the things I've done and given up for this family. You love to bring up the whole Maya's inferior to Wayne because she didn't go to college thing. But I didn't go because you wouldn't let me. Instead, I worked my ass off for over 10 years for you. You always conveniently forget all the things I've done, but love to bring up the fact that you raised me even though you treat me like this. You can't seriously think that I'd be satisfied with the salary you're bringing in. You only earn $2,000 a month. And what's wrong with me praising Wayne? It's the truth. Wayne's going to be earning much more than that pathetic little salary of yours because he was smart enough to go to college. We've all decided to move out without you. If you want to live with us again, you'll have to earn double. That's how you can pay me back for raising you up until now. Pay you back? Wow. I should have done this much sooner, but I'll be moving out too. Feel free to do whatever you like. I don't care what you do. It doesn't mean anything to me. I still have Wayne. Yeah, good for you. You don't have to tell me where you live. And I think you said that you wanted to disown me? That sounds great to me. I don't want to have anything to do with you either. I'm going to finally live for myself from now on. From now on, we're strangers. Are you happy with that? That sounds great to me. You were never good enough for this family anyway. I'm glad we can finally get rid of a weight like you. But are you sure you want to do that? Don't come crying to me if everything goes wrong, just like I said earlier. Honestly, you're too proud for your own good. That's why you'll never be able to be better than your brother. All I'm asking is that you find a job that pays you twice the amount you're earning right now, and I'll let you live with us. It's simple. You should just be a good girl and listen to what I say. but you never do. You've always been such a problematic child. I've had enough of listening to what you say. Listening to you made me lose out on going to college and made me waste 10 years of my life trying to please you. I can't live with you anymore, and this is a great chance for me to finally make a new start. I don't even want to think of you as my mother anymore, so if you've moved out, then that's perfect for me. I've always wondered if there was a chance for us to reconcile, but now that it's clear that we can't, it's like there's a weight off my shoulders. If anything, this situation is all to my advantage. I don't have to hand over all my salary to you, and I can find a place of my own. I can do all the things I've wanted to do and can finally spend all my money on myself. You may be really happy, but I'm over the moon. What? What's the matter with you? You're going to be homeless and all alone. You can't honestly be happy about that. What? I'm not going to be homeless. You really don't know anything, do you? It's a shame. But you've only got your lack of interest in me to blame. And I'm happy because I can finally rid myself of the toxic mother I've always had a bad relationship with. I'm the happiest I've ever been. And I'm going to be free. Free of you and your manipulation. I'm going to move to a new place, and I'm not going to tell you the address either. From now on, we're going to live completely separate lives. Goodbye. Maya, why won't you answer the phone? Hurry up and pick up the phone. I've been trying to call you since yesterday afternoon. You can't ignore me forever. I am your mother. Answer the phone right now. Mother? I'm sorry. I think you have the wrong number. I don't have a mother. What are you talking about? Don't be silly. I am your mother. Don't joke around. I need to talk to you about something serious. Oh, well, I think I used to have one, but unfortunately we cut ties last month and decided we wouldn't bother each other ever again. So, who are you? I'm not interested in talking to anyone who calls themselves my mother. I think I remember we had a fight like that, but you didn't actually take it seriously, did you? I didn't mean any of that. It's all in the past. Let's forget about that silly fight and make up. I want us to get on from now on. For me, having a mother is a thing of the past. Even when I still called her my mom, she didn't act like one. Don't joke about things like that. I'm being serious. I have something to ask you. We're in a lot of trouble, and you've got to help us. So listen to me properly. And I'm telling you that I have no obligation to listen to anything you have to say. We're not family anymore. You're the one that said I was just a weight, and that you had no use for me anymore. So what made you change your mind? We haven't been able to pay the rent for our new home, and we might be kicked out next month if we don't pay up. You've got to help us. I don't understand what's going on, but it looks like we need you after all. I'll let you know what our address is, so come quick. Please, forget about that stupid fight we had and come live with us. You say that, but what do you want from me? I don't see how I can help you. I thought I already made it clear before we cut ties that I've done more than enough for this family. You chose to ignore that and didn't think that you had any reason to feel any gratitude for the things I did, so I chose to start over. I'm not surprised about the situation you're in now. To put things simply, Dad wasn't bringing any money home, so it's only a matter of course that you couldn't pay the rent. What are you talking about? Your dad's still working. He should be earning more than enough. Just because you cut ties with us doesn't mean that you can be so rude towards your father. Besides, that's impossible. It seems that you thought the money he was earning was available for us to use on the bills and stuff, but that's a mistake. He was using all of that money to pay off the debt he owed, so he hasn't paid for anything these past 10 years. He hasn't put any money into paying the loans for the house, and he hasn't had any money to spare to even pay the bills. He couldn't afford to pay the mortgage, so we had to rewrite the contract for the house years ago. It was in my name when you all moved out, so I decided to sell it, since I didn't want to live there anymore either. What? The old house was in your name? That's not possible. Wait a minute. I need some time to process this. No! What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Why would he put the house in your name? You still don't understand? Dad wasn't earning as much as you like to think he was. He was earning much less than me and had to use all of his salary on paying back the debt he owes. I think that the situation you're faced with right now is more than enough proof that his salary can't cover the rent, bills, and money you need for groceries. Don't you understand how useful my pathetic salary was now? I don't know what debt you're talking about. He should have already finished paying off the debt he owed years ago. Why is he still paying it off? What you're saying doesn't make any sense. You think he already finished paying it off? No way. That's going to be impossible. You even know how much he owes? It's an amount big enough that he won't be able to pay it off by the time he retires, no matter how much he works overtime. Even if he earned the same as I did, it would still be difficult for him to clear it all up. What? Plus, you were saying that you moved because Wayne got a job, right? I understand that you wanted to start a new life and a new home without me, but you really should have thought about it first. Or did you really think that I would cling to you and beg for you to let me in? And that you would get me to find a job where I would earn twice the amount I do right now? Please, Mom! Let me come live with you! I don't want to be all alone! I'll work harder and do everything you say! Is that the reaction you thought you would get? You must be kidding. Oh, man. You're the one that thinks too much of herself if you think that you can use your own daughter that much and expect her to be your slave forever. Of course not. It took me a while, but I finally realized that there's nothing I can do to make you happy or love me as much as you love Wayne. So I've given up on trying to get on with someone as toxic as you. You're nothing to me. I can't believe you would say that! You're a horrible daughter! I did all of this for your sake too, you know, so that you would finally realize that you should work harder for your parents' sake. But Wayne's my baby boy! He's going to be the one to take care of us when we're old, so I realized that we had no use for a grown daughter who isn't even earning that much and isn't even married yet. I just wanted to chase you out of the house before you caused any more trouble for us. You're just a waste of space. And I felt it was the best time to move since Wayne would be getting his first pay this month. I am tired of you playing the victim, Mom. Anyway, I'm saying that you shouldn't have decided to move so fast before even knowing how much Wayne would be earning. Do you even know where he works? And the hours? He barely works 20 hours a week. It's a part-time job at a convenience store. If he was by himself, he could probably get by, but is that true? He's only working part-time. Why do you even know that? Why would he tell you when he didn't even tell me? He told me that he was working for a major corporation, a really big business. He didn't say anything about a convenience store. He didn't say anything about how many hours he was working either. Well, I guess he wasn't lying. It's a convenience store that has stores all over the country, so it's true that it's a major business. But he obviously lied to you because he wants to meet the stupidly high expectations you have of him, so that you wouldn't judge him like you judge me, and because he wants to impress everyone. But I'm surprised you would actually move before confirming how much he was paid. You didn't even wait for his first paycheck before you decided. You clearly aren't looking reality in the face, Mom. You conveniently choose to ignore all the stuff I've done for you, but you believe that Wayne must be doing much better than I am just because he's your baby boy? Why does it matter whether it's part-time or not? I never knew you looked down on other people's jobs like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. It doesn't matter, as long as he's earning enough. $600. That's all he earns in a month. Like I said, if he was living alone in a super cheap apartment, maybe that would be enough. But I don't think it's enough to support the three of you, especially if you can't rely on Dad's paycheck. You're joking. That's all he earns? I thought he was going to get a lot more. You called my $2,000 salary pathetic. What would you call Wayne's $600? What's the saying? Oh, I know. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. I hope you finally understand how much I've done for this family. There's no way you'll make any of the payments this month or next month without me. Anyway, I doubt Wayne will be as generous as I was. He's more likely to keep all the money he makes for himself because he's grown into an adult with everyone around him doing everything for him. I can't believe this. Why didn't you tell me? We moved all this way for nothing. Then I guess we have no choice but to move back into the old house. At the very least, we won't have to pay rent there. So, will you give it back to us? I already told you. I sold it. You did what? I didn't give my permission for you to do that. I told you. I was paying the mortgage. So Dad thought it was only right that the contracts be rewritten in my name. I'm the owner of that house. Well, until I sold it. Which I had every right to do because you all moved out and I didn't want to live there anymore. And I'm warning you, you can't use any of the spare keys you still have to get in because the locks were changed when I sold it. It's already been sold and it's already someone else's property. If you try and get in, it'll be considered trespassing and you'll be arrested. I can't believe you. How could you sell the house while we were gone? What's wrong with you? Wait, is that why your dad was so worried? He was shocked when I told him you weren't coming with us, too. Was that all because he knew he couldn't afford to pay anything? I thought it was strange that he kept asking me where you were and why you weren't coming with us. But this must be why. Then what did you do? What did I do about what? You were saying that you were going to move. Where are you living now? You sold the house, so you must have gotten a lot of money from that too. Where did you move? I'm living in a penthouse apartment closer to my job. Your what? For the past 10 years, you've been looking down on my job, but I think I deserve a little more respect. I don't know what you consider worthy of respect, but at the very least, I've got my own office, and I've been entrusted with managing several major projects. So, I earn relatively a lot despite everything you say about me being inferior to Wayne and not earning enough money. I realize that I deserve to spend my own money on myself, so I moved closer to the city center to an apartment that has a great view of the skyline. You can't be serious! We're about to be kicked out of our house, and we can't even afford to find another place, but you're living in a penthouse apartment? That doesn't make any sense! If you've got the money to buy that place after you sold the house, then we deserve to live there too! No way. That's not happening. You asked for this. You were the one that planned to move out while I was away on a business trip, and said that she wanted to disown me. Maya, don't be like that. You'll forgive me, won't you? I was so stupid. But I'm your mother after all. Let's forgive and forget. I just didn't understand you and didn't try to talk to you enough. I never knew how much you were helping us, but I do now. So can we go back to the way things were and help each other again? No way. Oh my god. This is hilarious. Just how convenient do you think I am? Maya, just think about it for a minute. You don't have to say no that quickly. We're going to be kicked out of our house. You've got to help us. Why should I? You were laughing about how I wouldn't have a home to come back to when I got back from my business trip. You didn't even tell me you were planning on moving. And now that you know the truth about who has the money, you're begging me to let you live with me? I don't even want to tell you my address. I don't want you coming anywhere near me. Are you being serious? Even though I'm your mother? Like I said, I don't have a mother. We already cut ties, remember? You are a stranger to me now, and I don't want anything to have to do with you. But if you pay me back all the money I've put into paying the mortgage and bills in the past 10 years, I might think about letting you know where I'm living right now. Well, I think that's going to be impossible, so goodbye. After that, Maya blocked her mother's number and wouldn't reply to any of the messages her family sent her. Her mother and family ended up being evicted from the house they had moved into just weeks after they had moved in and had nowhere else to go. Maya's father was furious with her mother for the way she had treated Maya, so when they finally managed to find a small apartment to live in, he ordered her to get a job so she could help pay the bills herself and wouldn't let her come back until she had found a full-time job. As for Wayne, he disappeared when he got his first paycheck and never came back. It looks like he wasn't interested in taking care of their mother either, despite how much she had praised and favored him over Maya. But their mother only has herself to blame for not treating her own adult children with respect.